Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.
A show where we discuss tips, tricks, and tools to help all Guardians succeed and enjoy playing more.
What makes us different? Well, for starters, we're not streamers or YouTubers. We just have a passion for Destiny and are dedicated to keeping Guardians informed and up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 info, news, and opinions.
We encourage your questions and feedback. You can contact us either by email at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com or on Twitter at twotitans_hunter.
Now, on with the show. Hello and welcome to the show. I am Nitedemon. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's. I'm back again at the beginning of the show this week to give you some Destiny information. So let's kick it off with Next Week in Destiny. You can clear out the Taken infestation in the Lake of Shadows Nightfall. Clash comes back to the Crucible, and you can get bonus Vanguard ranks all week long. So play some strikes, play some Nightfalls, get bonus stuff. Moving straight into our lost sectors for next week. We have Monday the 3rd of January 2022 is the Bay of Drowning Wishes on the Dreaming City, giving your chess pieces, and Abbey Hour has a guide for you for that. Tuesday the 4th of January will be Chamber of Starlights on the Dreaming City, giving your helmets. Wednesday the 5th of January will be the Aphelions Rest on the Dreaming City, giving your legs. Thursday the 6th of January will be the Empty Tank Tangled Shore Lost Sector, giving your arms. Friday the 7th of January will be the K1 Logistics on the Moon, giving your chess pieces. And PV Shifty's got guides for you from Tuesday through to Friday for those. Saturday the 8th of January will be the K1 Communion on the Moon, giving your helmets. Sunday the 9th of January will be the K1 Crew Quarters on the Moon, giving your legs. And PV Shifty's got guides for you for both of those. And then back around to Monday the 10th of January will be the K1 Revelations on the Moon, giving you arms. And PV Shifty's got a guide for you for that. Also, again, don't forget to check our show notes because they will be linked in our show notes. And we have the Legionless channel and the Ebontis channel because Ebontis, again, over Christmas and New Year's has been doing individual guides for new players coming into Destiny. If you haven't got any of the exotics that can help you get through the Nightfalls or just want some tips on what champion mods and things to rock with what legendary weapons that you can pick up in the game, go and check out Ebontis. Really helpful. And then finally, for the rundown this week, we have our Eververse for the 4th of January 2022. Now, this week for Silver, you can have the exotic emote, the B-Ball Hero. That will be for 1,000 silver. We have our legendary finisher, which is all 4 barriers, and that's going to be 800 silver. We have our exotic weapon ornament for the Dead Man's Tale, which is the Dead Man's Revenge. That will be 700 silver. And then the Ghost Shell that Respawn has been really excited about. It looks like a Game Boy, like the old 1980s version, the old green and black screen version. This will be for 800 silver, but if you can wait another 3 weeks till week 8, so at the end of January, it will become available for some bright dust, and it'll be 2,850 bright dust. So you've got a couple of weeks to save up and do a couple of things to get some extra bright dust. So if you can wait then, wait another 3 weeks. Moving into our bright dust, we have the Too Cool Dance, which is a legendary emote for 700 bright dust. Now this is the one from Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire, where he comes out the door and he does that silly, strange dance. I'm definitely going to buy it. It just looks really cool. And Spider-Man. Calming Down, which is a rare emote for 400 bright dust. Only the Finest, legendary transmat effect for 450 bright dust. We have the Shattered Sinew, which is our legendary shader for 300 bright dust. The Bad Scene, exotic emote for 3,250 bright dust. The Slow Jam multiplayer legendary emote for 1,250 bright dust. Hardlight Shell, which is our exotic ghost shell for 2,850 bright dust. The Niemann Gallery, which is our exotic ship for 2,000 bright dust. The Frictionless Road Rocket, which is our exotic Sparrow this week, which is going to be 2,500 bright dust. We also have the exotic weapon ornament for the Witherhoard, which is the Cedar and Ash for 1,250 bright dust. And then finally, the Spider's Projection, your Ghost Projection, for 1,500 bright dust. So yeah, that's all the cool stuff this week. I do have one video that I can recommend for you, which is a Houndish video that he put out last week regarding all the stuff that is going into the Destiny content vault come Witch Queen in the next 3 months. So if you want to have a look at that, I mean, we have run through it on the shows over the last couple of weeks or couple of months, but he goes over all the stuff that Bungie have kind of detailed or changed or been more specific on what's actually going in the content vault and what quests are going away, what weapons are going away, what you can and what you can't do. So go and check that out. We will kind of cover it in the next couple of weeks in the show, but just to give you a head start, go and check the Houndish video. I will link it in the show notes. There you go. That's the Destiny stuff. Now, you don't have to stick around for the rest of the show. Do appreciate all the downloads. If you do like the show, whatever it was, then just please get in contact with us and let us know if you enjoyed last week, if you enjoyed this week. Again, I could have just deleted it, but I didn't because some people actually downloaded it, enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you to those people. So here it is. This is Huge Tangent, the episode featuring Deacon, part 2.
I mean, if I've got some money on the side, I might splurge for a friend or two, right? But if you're not blood related, don't hold your breath.
Who are we buying friends for? Where are we buying friends? Is there some sort of friend exchange where I can buy some extra friends?
No, buying presents for friends.
Oh, presents. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were buying friends somewhere else. Like, I mean, I don't want to human traffic anyone, but I mean, buying a couple extra friends wouldn't be bad.
Well, I mean, you don't have to human traffic. There are some places out there where you can buy a friend. It's usually an hourly rate, and
some
yeah,
sort of adult friend that I can maybe find.
adult friend. Exactly. Adult friend finder. Oh my god, that's an actual thing.
Surely is.
Oops. Put something that's not copyrighted or owned by somebody else.
Well, I mean, we can say it. That's not how copyright works. We can say the word just like we can say OnlyFans. It doesn't mean anything's going to come of it.
Yeah,
now, the Only Flan cooking network we're working on is going to take off and be huge. Let me tell you, all flans, all the time.
My wife is a big fan of flans. She's flan.
Who isn't? Deacon, what are your thoughts on flans?
Flange.
Flange.
Yes, flange.
Not flange.
No, the tasty dessert treat.
I want to know her thoughts on flan.
Flan?
Yeah.
No, I'm not happy with the word you're saying.
I'm not happy with the word. The word's offensive now?
Fiber flan.
Is a flan in the UK, or is this something where you're both looking at each other going, well, what are the crazy Americans saying?
Well, it tends to be savoury. Not dessert.
Okay.
You can have a savoury and no sweet flan.
No, I'm not happy with that.
Swear.
I'm looking it up right now as we speak.
Denied.
What would you put in a flan then?
My wife usually does the whole caramel thing. Every now and again, a raspberry. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like a pastry outside, like short crust pastry?
No, we mean like a flan. There are lots of different flans. She just happens to like the ones that have caramel or raspberry.
No, I know what you mean, but I don't. Yeah.
Do you?
She's not happy with it though.
Sweet flan.
I guess
like
not.
a sweet short crust.
No.
Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that.
That's not.
That is a look. Sweet short crust flan.
This one, look.
Lemon flan.
This
Strawberry
one,
flan. Yeah. Nice. So if one
Some
of us
people
knows
do
about flan,
clan cast. We do a flan cast.
Nice.
As long as we're casting, that's all that matters.
It is.
This is the first time I've actually seen him today.
Has he gone on the run? Is he out in the world?
I let him be free and feral for the day.
Feral.
Run free, Nitedemon, run free. No,
he came home
message
anyway.
to my
Must be
friend
true
on
love.
Xbox to come and play with me, and he totally ignored me.
He did totally ignore you.
He ignored
so
me.
sad.
I waited, and then I turned off the Xbox because I got upset.
You've probably been on it all day,
Why
haven't
you?
you?
No,
You were shunned.
I bet you have.
You were shunned.
Shunned.
That terrible friend of yours definitely shunned you. It definitely wasn't because he was talking to his wife and didn't even see your message until about 35 minutes after you had sent it, apparently, when you had
Right.
already given up, rightfully so.
Oh, I see.
Aw.
I am that friend. That's okay. I ignored you. I ignored Odie. I looked back at the Xbox and I was like, oh, there's all sorts of people messaging me, and I have ignored all of them now. Oh, well. They'll be okay. Or maybe he won't be. I don't know. It's hard to say.
But he's
I
rocking
mean,
and crying.
This could be the beginning of the end.
Mm.
The end of what? I don't really know, but the end of something?
Well, hopefully this is the end of our 2 weeks of just talking nonsense.
why hopefully?
Talk for yourself.
This
You're
has
the
been
only one
great.
who
This
thinks
has been well
nonsense.
received, dude. Yeah.
Because it's back to Destiny stuff next week, and you don't want to talk Destiny stuff.
No. No. It's
You
back
totally
to work
should.
next week. It's back to normal.
Not for me. I still got another week.
I mean, maybe our show just goes completely off the rails at this point. Maybe it just becomes a talk show about random things each week, starring Deacon. Maybe that's what the show is now.
Talk show about random things. We just fit Destiny in there randomly.
I've actually done I bought a proper story this week because
Did
Nitedemon
ya?
said I've got to do like proper stuff. So I've actually bought a proper story.
You've done research.
I've done proper research and I bought a talking point and a proper story.
Not Destiny related?
Nope, definitely not Destiny related.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's any risk of that.
No, definitely not.
Well, no, I mean, when
Keeping.
she said Demon said I had to, I assumed there was going to be Destiny involvement.
No, Demon just didn't want to turn 6 Shades of Red like he did last week. That's all. He wanted,
Well,
he
this
wanted
is
to have
really
some sort of reins on this wild runaway cart and carriage of a show we're running.
Nah.
No, it's
That's
pronounced
irrelevant.
nay. So welcome back to the Space Horse Chat Hour with your hosts Respawn, Peroty, Demon, and Deacon. We're here to talk about proper stories,
Nothing.
space horses,
We're here to
and
talk about absolutely nothing.
yeah.
Yeah. That is today's show is whatever you want to ask.
Yes. So this is the point. At some point, I'm sure Nitedemon will record at some point in the wee hours before he posts this. But if you're here looking for Destiny related, I don't know, anything this week, you're in the wrong spot this week. And also, I wouldn't recommend last week. But next week, when Destiny is back with news and things, we too will be back with Destiny related things. But it's the end of the year. It's been a long year, and you're going to get whatever this is going to be. And I don't know what that is yet, and neither do you. So strap in, hang on, and we'll see where this goes.
We have Deacon story time now, which is always entertaining.
With that, are we?
Oh, this is a good story. You're gonna like this.
I liked everyone so far.
You're gonna love it. This is a proper news story. This isn't made up. This is a proper news story, right? This is.
So, are you telling us you made up stories last week about Demon? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I don't have to make that. Honestly, that's all real.
Stop!
See, that's
the
what I'm talking
swearing.
about.
That's one minor swear word. It doesn't count. That's like a PG swear word.
I still have to bleep it out.
Why? Even Disney allows one per movie.
Yeah, and I didn't even say the F word. I said the S word. That's not even that bad. You're ruining my story now.
I'm going to have an aneurysm before the end of the year.
This is a really good story. I've done proper research.
I am listening. I'm listening.
Right, this is my proper research story, right? I thought after last week, when we were talking about predators, and you were like, well, the UK has no natural predators. I thought...
Oh, those predators. Okay.
There is predators, really dangerous predators, right?
We're not talking about cougars. Cougars don't count.
Are they Australians that are coming back to the UK with a grudge? Is that the predator?
Well,
would you like me to mime kangaroos again?
You're funny. I don't know why you did that with your sock in your hand. I still see that in my sleep sometimes.
Oh, mime.
Anyway,
wait. Nitedemon has a kangaroo mime. I'm gonna need a
video
clip.
Last week's show. Remember with the sock on his hand?
Yeah.
It wasn't on my hand.
Well, I don't know why you had your sock.
Oh
God.
Really?
You were in a naughty little were you? Make sure that goes in the washing. Are you okay?
Just get on with the story, please.
Okay.
I don't have a build on hand, but I have the instructions. What channel do I send it to? You can just put it in.
I don't get that. Why socks?
Respawn's. If you have access to Respawn's Rage Room, which you should.
Respawn was all proud this week because he showed me how he set up like different audio channels so he could talk to the chat versus to his stream versus the podcast. He was so proud of himself for setting all this up. Yeah. Now he just has to put that into action.
Into practice, yeah. Yeah, because I finally got a Streams Lab, and like this thing is
Have to
really
wait.
cool. I don't even
Oh,
have
okay.
to do anything, and it's everything you could want for a stream.
All
No,
it
it
needs,
is
all it needs to do
finicky.
is push the buttons for you, and you'll be all set.
Yeah, no, like for real, it is finicky as hell, right? Like it took me a half a day to get it set up so it was actually working. You know, and there's some pretty common issues because of all the power that it has. Sometimes it doesn't play well with Java and this and that and the other, and you got to do things in a certain order, blah blah blah. So I thought about taking it back, and once I got it up and running, it's just so powerful and so good. It's like, I could take it back. I probably should take it back, but I don't wanna. It's so good now. But yeah, dude, like literally, I can open OBS, I can change OBS channels, I can hit record, I can hit stream, I can open up Google Chrome, I can open up Steam, specific games, mute this, mute that, turn this camera on, turn that camera off. Dude, it's like, what? All from a little touch button, little thingy. It's kinda dope.
Story now.
You can put it in general chat. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes,
She was going to
please.
read you the
I
story.
need to read you the story because you need to hear this story because you won't look at the UK the same ever again.
Honey, that train has long sailed.
Honey, dirty little boy.
Well, I mean, he's over there sailing trains, so I mean, already we're off to a bad start.
You telling me you've never sailed a train?
Go.
Wait, why?
There's a pause in his
There's a
talking.
pause.
Just
There's a
go.
pause. Right, so this headline: Squirrel injures 18 people in 2 days of attacks. Boom!
This squirrel is my new hero.
18
That's
people in 2
amazing.
days. It was waiting for them outside their houses to viciously attack them in a reign of terror.
That's the best thing I've heard all week.
No, I need to elaborate on attack and reign of terror
Yeah,
from squirrel.
yeah.
Sorry, you don't mess with squirrels.
I'm not
No.
arguing with you. I just want to know how these things correlate. You know, like did it take somebody's eye out? Are we talking about like
Well,
the
it didn't have a
rabbit from
flick knife, did it?
well,
Just
I mean,
had
it
its
could
little
have.
teeth.
Maybe it
It
did.
is in England.
Yeah, it was in
Hello.
the bushes with a little gun and a little mask on. And it was like, give us
I
your
mean, no,
nuts.
you don't have guns, but you do have flick knives everywhere.
I've
Yeah,
seen dogs run around with knives in their mouths. I wouldn't put it past
Absolutely.
a squirrel to pull a switchblade on somebody.
I've seen a crab with a knife in the UK. Come on now.
I don't trust squirrels. Come on, they're vicious.
Absolutely
It is
not, yeah.
vicious.
Squirrel pulls a knife on me. I saw it coming. I'm not surprised.
So going back, I mean, how was the squirrel terrorizing people? What was
Well-
happening? I need details.
It was staying in their gardens, waiting for them to put out their
Uh-huh.
bins, and then jumping on their faces and biting them.
So it was going for the eyes. All right, cool.
Yeah, and some woman's got a bite on her fingers, taken a terrible photo. It's quite a big bite. It's not really, it's terrible. But then they had to capture it, and they've had to put it to sleep because they said they couldn't do anything with it. They couldn't rehabilitate it.
Squirrel is too powerful.
They couldn't rehome it.
Hold on,
Apparently,
hold
once they
on.
go feral, it's gone.
Hold on. You couldn't rehabilitate it.
No. No.
All right, let's not.
Did they
let's not
locate the
overlook
next?
the fact
There
that
could
they
be more of
tried.
them.
I mean,
No, I
no.
don't know.
Yeah,
Could
I
be a
mean,
gang.
is
Could be a gang.
is
It
the
could
squirrel
be gang
is the squirrel the
retribution. Come back and
teacher?
get them.
It could be,
Right, I
couldn't
mean,
it?
Goodness.
Is the squirrel the teacher
Always
or the
two
student?
there
I mean, I
are.
think
A
we need to
master and
know.
an apprentice. Was it the master or
Right?
the
Absolutely
apprentice?
need to know.
Oh.
Right. I mean, this squirrel could have trained an entire band of other
Oh,
squirrels. It could
they
be a whole
haven't
squirrel
thought this
gang
out.
roving the UK.
It's terrible,
They
isn't
were
it?
like,
Could be with
you
flick
know,
knives.
cut the head off one, and now you've just got 18 more squirrels coming for you.
Absolutely.
You open your
Wouldn't
door,
like
and they're just lined up with little flick knives. Tiny little leather jackets on. It's not good times.
Their fur
The
greased
sad thing
back.
is, they said they called him Little Buddy, and then they put him to sleep. So nice.
So, Night Demon, next time Deacon calls you little buddy, watch out.
Right? Run, bruh. Run.
See, that's a good story, isn't
That's
it?
a good
We
story.
have vicious squirrels. 18 people. In
We
2
have
days.
vicious seagulls as
You
well.
do
have
have
a
vicious
vicious
seagulls.
squirrel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
You think it's one vicious squirrel. We'll see. For now,
Yeah,
it's one
right.
vicious squirrel.
Yeah.
Well,
Could be more
the
to
only
come.
one's been caught and put to sleep. We'll see next week if these attacks continue.
Mm,
I mean,
Yeah.
you've just angered the squirrels. You stepped into a war with the squirrels.
yeah.
Ooh, do they have a union? Is there a squirrel union? What have you done?
I
Squirrels
know.
don't need to unionize. They just do what they want.
Some woman
Also true.
said, I have a 2-year-old. If he'd bitten my 2-year-old's finger, he would have lost it. Think about that.
I am thinking about it, and I think
Yeah.
that woman's being a little overzealous about it. Right? Unless you have squirrels the size of, pugs, I'm not seeing a kid lose a finger from a squirrel bite.
This cracks me up.
I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong.
It
And
depends
if
how hungry
so,
the squirrel
I'll own
is.
it. Yeah.
Well, he's
I
quite
mean-
a fat little squirrel, to be fair.
I mean, how much time are you giving him to bite the kid? I guess is another factor.
Depends
right?
how much you like your children,
But
doesn't it?
does he have? Are you giving him time to sit there and gnaw on
I mean,
it?
you
Or,
just like shut the back door. Don't worry about the screaming, honey. He's having fun in the garden with the
Right,
squirrels.
and what kind of? I mean, is it a smooth blade flick knife? I mean,
Oh,
is it a
look at it hang
serrated
off his
flick knife?
hand. Oh, what cheeky little monkey. Go on, carry on.
Haven't seen
Make
one of the
yourself
kids in a while. No, I'm sure it's fine. They're out in the garden playing. What could possibly go wrong? It's not like
I
there's a
don't think
vicious
they
squirrel
eat
out there
squirrels
waiting
outside
for
of
them.
Louisiana and Alabama. I could be wrong though.
I mean,
Do you guys eat squirrels in the UK?
Oh, no.
All the time.
No. Yeah, they don't eat.
they
squirrels.
didn't
Oh,
they didn't
squirrels.
until now. Didn't before, but now
Oh.
they're like, "Hey, squirrels, you guys look tasty."
Yeah,
Squirrels
but
we see
there's
the
dangerous badgers as well.
Oh goodness gracious!
Ian got
Whether we
molested by a badger.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What?
you did.
I didn't.
You did. You got molested.
Can
He
we
did.
change
Is the
the word
badger-
molested to attacks?
Well, you say attacked.
Is-
I say
is the ba-
molested.
Is the badger on a watch
Okay,
list?
okay. Well, all right. Stop. Obviously, we need to clear this up. What is your definition of molest? Before we go further,
The badger had
And
his
badger.
penis out.
No.
I'm sorry. That's absolutely
You are just
molested, dude. I'm
making stuff
sorry.
up now. You are just making stuff up just to make yourself
That's
laugh.
the-
Now I think
Oh.
for a while I wondered why Night Demon and Respawn got along so well, but now I think I understand. He's actually married to
Ready to
Respawn.
respawn, yeah.
Now it's so clear to me now. I totally understand. I was like, this is sort of a weird pairing. Now I totally get it.
Oh, yeah.
Respawn. I'm not going to say you married the wrong person, but there's a chance that if your powers were
Oh.
combined, we may have like an Ultron scenario
dated
going on here.
myself for 10 years, and it was the worst relationship ever.
She
Never
may be
again.
the last jewel you need in
Ugh.
the glove before you just snap and that's it.
I guess.
Or she's the I don't know who the glove wearer in the relationship is, but one way or the other.
Mm.
Whether we wanted it or not, we
I
have
think
stepped into
gloves
a
are
war with the
euphemism.
squirrels in the
Look,
UK.
at the end of the day,
Right, how many times did this badger wait for you to get you?
quite
Oh
a
my
lot.
God, what?
See? Told
So
you.
it was a repeat offender.
Yes, it was. It waited for him every morning. He used to cycle his bike during the night shift. I used to wait for him in
Yeah.
the same
So
spot.
it waited for you to get back, vulnerable, tired in the
Yeah.
evening after a long,
Then it
or
had
in the
its
morning after a
way.
long night of work.
No, it didn't. It
It
didn't
had
even
its way
get me,
with
but
you.
it was trying to get me.
Used to bite
It
him.
didn't
No,
get
it
me,
didn't. It never
but it
bit
was
me.
trying to get me.
This is so much better than I ever could have hoped for.
That
Right?
badger was vicious.
Freaking attacking squirrels, molesting badgers.
Yeah.
I
Yo.
knew
Um,
saying
happened?
you could come back this week was a bad idea.
You told me to
No,
research
no.
animal
Or-
stories.
It was
Um,
definitely not a
no, I
bad idea.
didn't.
Do not let him talk to you like that.
Ugh.
This was a
so-
phenomenal idea.
So Demon Respawn, apparently Arisen Phoenix in Discord wants to know, where do I sign the petition for Deacon joining or taking Night Demon's spot in the cast?
She won't talk Destiny stuff though. That's the
No,
thing.
Yeah,
I
so-
won't.
So,
I'll allow
so
myself that.
it'll be Respawn and I, and then silence for like the next 50 episodes, and then next
Yeah.
Christmas, then you'll hear again. You'll be like, oh, where'd this other voice come from?
Yeah, and then instead of having Respawn story time, it would be, her telling embarrassing stories of
Oh, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
yeah, that.
No more. That's it. Come on.
Well, I did have this other game. See, I thought, the game Would I Lie to You?
Yeah.
You know,
What
the UK, the series.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I don't know if they.
So I made up two true stories about you and one lie about you, and I was going to see if they could interrogate you and find out the true stories and the lie
Oh.
stories.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? I thought it was a good idea.
Oh my god.
But I don't know how good you are at lying to other people. You're brilliant at lying to me, but I don't know how good you are at lying to other people.
You can lie to them.
Mm.
He tells us every week.
Oh.
He tells us every week he enjoys our company. So I assume he's just lying to us constantly. So I think he's fine with
Absolutely. Yep.
Mm. So I actually put some thought into stuff.
Well, go on then.
What? I've done my squirrel story. I feel I've peaked now.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. That's been our show this week. We've hit the end. That's all we have. So yeah.
Oh, you can't beat a good squirrel story, though.
You really can't stand by
Love
it.
it.
With
Oh.
a second scroll story.
I did have a question too, as well. See, I thought of a game, a question, and a story. I'm so good this week. I'm on fire. The cold and flu tablets. I've got a question for you two, whoever you are, with paedophiles at the end of the line. Can I say paedophiles?
No,
Oh, okay.
just weird people at the end of the line.
I didn't understand something on Facebook. No, it wasn't one of those type of things. But I'm part of this. No, let's not go there. Get your mind out the gutter.
I was just saying, I don't think I can help you with Facebook. That's no man's land.
No, but it's like this post. I'm in this group, and about 90% of them are Americans, and there's about 10% English. It's like a big families group. People got a lot of children.
Oh,
and
good.
Then,
it's going to only go good places.
Right?
Yeah, but what I didn't get right, this woman in the UK posted a picture of her new kitchen. And then the Americans just literally went crazy and ripped her to shreds because she had a washing machine in the kitchen. Why? I don't understand. Why?
Americans, we have our own room just for laundry, right? On average, right?
Ah, okay.
And I came across this when I went to Romania for the first time, and they have washers and dryers in the kitchen too. And that even share the same. Some people will use the washing machine to do their dishes, and then when they're not doing the dishes, the washing machine does clothes, right? It's an all-in-one kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. So I first came across that in Romania. But yeah, Americans, we tend to have a separate room that is specifically for the laundry, or worst case scenario, your laundry room is in your bathroom in one way, shape, or form, right?
What?
So,
Plugged in you have like proper full power in your bathrooms?
Yeah.
Is that not
You
be
don't?
dangerous?
Why would it be?
Like with water?
Only if you're trying to kill someone.
Well,
I mean, you're not putting the washer and dryer in the shower with you, if that's what you're asking.
Not usually, no. That is frowned upon.
That's
no
really
toasters,
weird.
no hair dryers in the bath. No, it's we don't do that.
Dude, talking about frowned upon and Facebook. The other day I saw a post where
I mean, you can just leave it there and just leave it at Facebook and frown upon, and you're done.
Ash and Pikachu were in the bathtub, right? And he's holding Pikachu real close, and he says, "Pikachu, use Thunderbolt." I was like, "Oh no! Oh no!"
Yeah.
And then the reply said, "Dude, I said dank memes, not dark memes. WTF?" I was like, wow.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, like a couple of the houses when we were looking for houses in 2017, some of the houses we saw did have washers and dryers in living rooms, kitchens, bedrooms. There a number of them were really small, or were small houses, or at least by American standards, like under 1,000 square feet for the whole house, which is tiny. I figure we have lots of extra land. We don't have a tiny island. Comparatively, we have huge amounts of land we can just lay around and do whatever with. So we're like, oh, we can build massive houses with rooms for washers and dryers. And are basements a big thing in the UK, or are those
very rare to have a basement?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, yeah, I mean, unless you're in like Florida or basically swampland, like unless you're in a swamp or somewhere, basements are I'll say fairly common. My house doesn't have one because it was built just after World War II, but a lot of places,
Florida, we don't have basements because
you've got basements and in some places
attics
as well, and like there's more physical space in the house because we've got more physical land. Exactly. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, but why were they ripping her to shreds? Because Facebook. I mean,
yeah. They were just saying, "Well, you're so weird. Why have you got that in your kitchen? Why would you have that?"
Because
That's
Americans haven't been exposed to that. We as a culture don't normally do that. So yeah, that's why. Yeah.
I found it really weird. I was thinking, well, where else would you put it? I don't know where they'd expect
in
to
its
see
own
it.
room. We have our own room. It's like
children's
a mud room
bedroom, obviously. It goes in the children's bedroom. Be like, listen, you can fall asleep by the gentle thump of all the clothes drying, and that one shoe or whatever you put in the washing machine to go thunk all night long. It's very calming.
I was gonna be like, what do you have in yours that the thunks, Peroty?
Well, I mean, ideally nothing, but sometimes the thunk, and you're like, okay, what have I put in that I shouldn't have?
Yeah.
That bedazzled pair of jeans that probably shouldn't have been bedazzled.
All jeans should be bedazzled, thank you. My jeans are amazingly bedazzled.
God. He's fabulous.
Hey, if I'm going to take that much effort to take all those rhinestones and put them in one by one, I'm going to do a good job.
I also live in Florida currently, and the only time I've ever been in a basement is when I went to my boss's house in Wisconsin, and he had like it was a whole nother house down there. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Some people have like a full, like their basement will be like their entire like main floor duplicated.
Yeah.
Like over again. Like
Nice.
sometimes
Kids
fully
room,
built
all that
out.
good stuff, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Like sometimes it's like fully built out and it'll have like, full on bathroom, bedrooms. A lot of people will put like, dens or bars or entertainment, spaces down there. And or sometimes it'll just be like you'll build out part of it and leave the other half just sort of as storage, like a garage, but under your house, just where like your water heater, washer, dryer, stuff like that will go. And then you can just have it for space for whatever.
The houses do look epic when they post them. They're huge. They're massive. I love it.
And what's crazy is like in a lot of these
Made
places,
of balsa wood.
that extra space isn't even counted. Like whenever they go to sell it or whatever,
Isn't it?
it's not counted in the square footage because it's not considered livable area. But then you buy the house with all that extra space for no extra money, and then you turn it into a living area. I'm just like, come on, dude.
Is it because, like, in the UK, you have to have so many fire regulations before they class it as livable? Otherwise, they won't let you sell it as like
It's
a room.
fire regulations. You also have to have a closet. I think,
There are a number of things like you have to have a certain number of egresses. I think, like to be even like to count things as bedrooms, there need to be certain qualifications. Like I think every bedroom has to have a way to get out of it. So you can't just be like, this is a bedroom. No, sir, this is a closet. You will die in a fire here.
Yeah.
That's right. You got to have a door and a window. You have to have a closet. It just depends.
Some of us have fully carpeted laundry rooms because they put the laundry, when they redid this house before we bought it, put the laundry room on a second story, what would have been a bedroom. So it's fully carpeted, just like any other room, but it just has a washer and dryer in it. So,
and it's carpeted?
It was until the washer and dryer flooded a year before last, and we replaced it with not carpet. But yeah, it was basically just like a fully carpeted upstairs room that they slapped a washer and dryer in, and that had all the wiring and plumbing hookups for because it was adjacent to the bathroom. So sometimes you get fully carpeted laundry, and you can laugh at it.
That sounds awful.
It's very weird. I was like, I have a picture of it when we bought the house. It's like, this is dumb. I mean,
it sounds, like really awful. Like
it's like carpeted bathrooms.
No carpeted bathroom, at least not here.
We mostly have attics, don't we? Here, really, attic conversions. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Go upwards.
It's where you can hide your secret recording room.
Oh yeah,
It's a good spot for that.
He loves it. It's all soundproofed. He's got carpet and nice furniture and heating and lights and spoiled, really.
Well, it was already here.
Yeah, but it could have been mine.
I guess that's what you get when you're the main breadwinner of the house, right? Oh, wait.
Oh. Yeah, it's not like we have any children that he needs to look after now. He could technically go back to work full time.
Okay. In his defense, how old's your oldest kid, Deacon?
He's nearly 16.
16. Well, he's got a free babysitter. All he has to do is make sure they don't burn down the house.
Yeah. See? Easy life.
I mean, I'm not going to say it isn't. I'm not going to say I'm a little jealous. I'm not going to say that I haven't told him I was a little jealous of the situation.
That's very kind of you to say. I feel I'm bonding with him here.
Well, I mean, bonding via common enemy.
I feel, there's a bit of bonding going on,
Yeah, I mean, I think you were the same person from the get-go.
Right.
I mean, he's already converted Phoenix to his side. So I mean, your wife is the next logical.
I didn't know Phoenix was on my side until Demon came talking about how often Phoenix listens to the show and talks about me and this and that and the other.
He does, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bless him.
And then we had Phoenix on the show a couple of times. I'm like, dude, your child acts just like my kids. Are you sure he's yours? I mean, what's your wife look like? Maybe we met in a conference one time years and years ago. I mean,
I think he's actually saying something bad about me then, isn't he?
I think so.
I think he's calling me a lady. I'm not sure. Can I say lady?
No, not necessarily. I do things when they're in weird moods.
You're just shaking your head at me all the time.
Lady of the night.
I'm a lady of the night. He's calling me a lady of the night.
No, ladies of the night get paid. What I'm talking for.
You're safe distance, my friend.
There is a difference. There is a difference, okay? I would not insult you by calling you a lady of the night.
But you'd call me a cheap.
Consensual.
That's not the same.
Not cheap. That's not the same thing.
Free
Maybe no. What's the word? An adulterer would be more of the mind frame.
Right, that's it now. That's gone now. That's the bonding. That's quite gone now.
To be fair, 19 did warn you.
He did. That he did.
I am the friend that you have to introduce to your friends before you meet me. Like, all right, now check it out. He's coming over. His name is, XYZ. He's a bit of a, but just take it with a grain of salt, and you'll be all right. I am that guy.
And he might insult your wife by saying she's a free.
No, there's no might about it.
We'll insult your wife
Yes.
without fail. I mean,
Absolutely.
to be fair.
I will insult everyone you own, because if you can live through the insults, then you deserve to be a part of my inner circle.
Hey, what's the next
You have
topic of the conversation
understood
then?
that they are
We just move on?
jokes. Nope.
Is there any other questions?
Nope. There's no other questions in the chat right now. The chat's still talking about
Please,
basements.
Chat, please.
Golden God does say today is his wife's birthday, and he would like us to wish her a happy birthday.
I did
Golden
the
God,
shout out.
what is her name? Because it's more fun if we could say who she actually is.
Ooh, good call.
Just like the two school children somewhere in the UK that are very confused when they got the shout out, however many weeks ago that was.
That was funny. I love that. That was brilliant. Does he know how old his wife is? Can he say how old she is, or is that bad?
We don't divulge ladies' ages.
Oh, okay.
They're all ageless.
Oh, but they're cheap. Okay.
Well, no. I mean, just in Respawn's world, apparently. Anna, wonderful. Well, when Respawn gets back, or we can wish her a happy birthday before Respawn gets back, which may be better for everyone. It's hard to say. Anna, a very happy birthday. Happy, 21st birthday, because you looked on a day over 21.
Oh.
And
I hope he's bought her something good.
Well, he has. He's
Yeah.
brought her to a podcast to listen to.
That's not a present.
Anna.
That's more of a trauma that she's got to listen through. We talk about a nice gift. I hope he's got a nice gift. Like wrapped it nicely. Been like, ta-da! And no, not his genitals, just something nice.
My wife tried to do that the other day. She showed me a photo on Instagram where a woman was wrapping herself in wrapping paper and put a bow on her. And she goes, "What would you do if I came in like this?" It's like return to sender. I've had that thing all year long. I want something new.
Oh, I hope you got a swift kick somewhere for that.
She's probably got that.
My wife bops me. Yeah.
He got
Yeah, I've
lollipops for
already
that.
told you. Don't come in here
without
looking
a
all
doubt.
suspicious.
What's our mutual ginger friend? What's his Xbox name?
The other day when you showed me the picture of the lady in the wrapping paper, what you asked me. Yeah.
Is
I
that
just told them what I
Scar
said.
or somebody else?
And
Seventh
Demon's
Star.
wife
Seventh
says
Star.
she hopes that you bought me.
Why?
I was like, I got
Because I was
bought.
going to say about the
Yeah.
best present
See,
we've
you
ever
hear?
had.
That she already did. Just so you
Good.
know, I'm not
You might
lying.
listen to this.
Well, I would just like to say, Seventh Scar.
Don't bot me again for a crime I've already committed. That's called double jeopardy, and it's illegal.
No,
Were
if
you
she hits you in a
convicted the first
different
time?
place. If she hits you in a different place, that's okay.
No, she still hit the reset button. Damn it.
Good.
It sounds like she wasn't convicted the first time around, so I think she can Jeopardy again. It's fine.
Pretty much. Seventh Scar once gave Ian a birthday present, and he had collected his own skin for a whole year and put it in a little box and give it to him for his birthday.
That's
These
not
are
a
so-
thing.
These are the sort of people that we hang around
Nuh-uh.
with. Yeah,
I didn't do that, dude.
there's a whole
I
box
have
of skin.
I have so many
Like
follow-up
gold
questions.
member, kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't
He
even know
watched
you
Gold
used
member the
Seventh Star
previous
IRL.
year, and then
Yeah.
that was it. That was in his mind. Give me the
No,
skin.
that-
box.
that's not. It's not making this any better. No.
No.
Yeah, so
I mean,
I hope that he's got a better present
Mm.
for his wife than that. I hope it's not a box of skin.
Mm,
Mm.
mhm.
We
I
can't
did
bully
wa-
for not putting in effort.
Well, he put in a lot of effort, to be fair.
I mean, that is maximal effort. I mean, I will give him credit.
Mhm.
That is a lot of effort.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
Justin Timberlake had
Poorly
a song
directed effort, but it's a
a few
lot.
years ago called "Dick in a Box," right? And basically, you take a Christmas present, right?
I
You
don't
wrap it
think-
up all
I don't
nice
think you
and
need to
everything like that.
Explain this to people.
And then, well, I'm explaining it to her because I don't know if she knows about Dick in a Box.
I'm sorry. Come again. That's what she said. But
That's what I'm explaining. So Justin Timberlake, you know the real famous NSYNC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Twat.
he
Can I say
made a
twat?
song a few
Yeah.
years.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. He made a song a few years back called
Poor Night Demon.
"In a Box." Okay.
Right.
And what happened was,
I'm just laughing at Night Demon's
Night
like,
Demon's got a funny colour.
yeah. You can just do. I've given up. I've lost control of this
there's
entirely.
gonna be some dolphins. It's fine.
Right.
And what happens is you take a Christmas present, all nice and wrapped up, you know, looking good. It's a Christmas present, right? And
Yeah.
then you cut a hole in the side of it.
Oh no! So it's an actual one in a box.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd yank that
Yeah.
right off and slap it around.
And you wear it around your waist like a belt.
What,
Yeah.
you just to say, hey ladies, come and touch inside my box?
I mean, it would appear to be the case. Yeah.
Oh,
So Golden God, when you have her listen to the show, you're gonna have
you've
to
got
be
lots
very
of gift
very
ideas here.
precise about where you have her listen to the show. I'm just saying.
The gift ideas.
So how does this relate to his song? So he actually did that, or the song was
Yes,
about
he
doing
sang
that?
a song called "In a Box." It was a parody with him and another YouTuber.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
right, is it?
I don't resemble that remark.
And they wore it to show you what it looks like. And
Oh,
I believe in the video somebody actually opened it and saw what was inside.
Probably
Yeah.
prosthetic one in the video.
Well, no, they don't show you the donger. I mean,
I
it's
can see
insinuated
it.
that
Yeah,
somebody
but
when they
sees the
do that,
donger.
when they fuzz it
It's
out,
implied.
it's still a prosthetic one.
you don't know that. He might have wanted to get a real.
I don't
tattoo.
even remember if they
No.
if they did that. I don't even remember that.
He
I
might
just
have
remember the
walloped it
song.
in there.
Yeah, maybe. This is Justin Timberlake we're talking about. I mean, come on, he's done
Ooh.
Stranger Things.
I feel
Anyway,
a little
moving
bit
on.
Weird now. I keep
Are
thinking about
we?
it in a box. I can't get it out of my head
No.
now.
Well,
No,
just
it's not a in a box. It's a in a box, like a jack in a box.
You wouldn't want that jumping up in the middle of the night surprising you, though, would you? With little hair and wig on.
I mean,
and-
it depends on what you're into.
Oof.
I'm not being judgy here.
surely by now somebody in the chat has got a question.
What?
Oh.
Probably about their life choices and who we
Right.
are as people and why. I think why is the question on everyone's lips.
All I can say is you came here voluntarily. This is all you.
You were lured here.
Uh-huh.
To be
You're
fair,
lured
I was
here.
lured here.
Great. Now we're
Cold
getting into a
sweets.
whole new realm of weird. You were lured here. Free candy on the side of the van.
Pretty
Deacon already
much.
thinks we're people of not so high standing. So I mean, really,
Not
we're just
you.
we as every American she's ever spoken to is my understanding. We as a country are suspicious. Not we as individuals. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's we as an entire country. Not to
The
be
I
country's
mean,
suspicious.
honestly, is she wrong
mean,
about it though?
no, not at all. I
Let's
mean,
be
you're not
honest.
wrong.
Yeah. No.
I'm definitely not wrong after this with the in a box, am I? So wrong.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just American. I don't know.
No defense.
I was curious where that sentence was going. Well, I mean, dot.
Well, with all these singers nowadays, I don't even remember where half of them come from. And I was like, is Justin American? Because a lot of
don't
these
know, to be
people that you
honest.
think are American are actually British. And I'm like, I have no idea. You know? I don't know.
What singers
I don't know.
are American that you thought were British?
Bro, I can't think of any off the top of my head. There's been a few.
No, he's
There's a few.
American.
They're all
He's
secretly Australian anyway.
He always looks
Fair.
like a little boy. doesn't
Actually,
he?
Australia doesn't exist. We've established Australia doesn't exist. And everybody who claims to be from Australia is just
They're
paid
just
by the
time
Actors
travelers.
Guild to pretend that they're from Australia.
They're time travelers. They come from the future to alert us of the terrible places our planet could become if we let the animals take over.
No, did you ever see that creepypasta about? Okay, this particular one was based on a
Pasta.
true story
Pasta.
because it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to first need a definition on what exactly creepypasta is. Is it a genre or is it a particular thing?
Or is it a dried pasta?
I think it's
Right.
both. I think it started off as a particular thing and then became a genre.
Because I've heard it referred to
Pasta.
as a like
Pasta.
particular like character or something.
Yeah.
What word are you saying? Are you saying like pasta or vicar?
Pasta.
Vika. Yeah,
like
I'm definitely
like
saying
noodles.
Vika. Yeah, no, pasta
it's
like
in a
spaghetti,
pasta.
spaghetti noodles, pasta.
Pasta.
Pasta. Okay.
Pasta. Creepy pasta.
I thought you
Okay,
meant like
so
a creepy Vic. I was gonna say that's normal. That's not weird.
what does that
No.
mean, creepy Vikas? I don't know what a Vikas is.
Ugh.
That's a creepy
a
pastor, and
pastor.
that's a whole different thing entirely.
That's a
You know, of a
creepy
church.
pastor?
Pastor of a church is a vicar.
I was thinking that's normal, isn't it?
Oh, okay. I'm on track now. Yeah, okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
pedophilia here.
Now, could a creepy vicar be also a creepy pasta? Possibly. We have not established that yet.
Yeah, that was not part of the purview.
There's
That
a
is accurate.
chance.
But anyway, so this particular one was about some guy who landed in the airport
No
and he had a
closer.
passport from a country that doesn't exist. And he claimed that this country, it did exist and it was a part of, this convention or whatever. And his passport had dates from all these other major countries in it, but they were like for 1,000 years in the future or whatever. And then they contained him until they could find out more. And then he just straight up disappeared from his jail cell, right? So this dude has
Australian.
a passport
Told you.
from a country that doesn't exist, dated 1,000 years in the future, and just straight up disappears out of a jail cell. It was like, what? Yeah.
Okay, so for old out of touch me, creepypasta, it's basically horror related legends that have been so like urban legends, but the internet version.
Okay.
Yeah, like Mothman would be considered a creepypasta if he didn't exist before the internet.
I still don't understand what you're saying.
Is it a podcast that you listen to that's called
It's
Creepypasta?
one of many. There's a lot of things that host creepypasta type stories.
Why is it called creepypasta?
I don't know.
Why
I have
is
no idea.
anything on the internet anything?
I was
Because Stone
introduced
Cold
to this in
says so.
college. I have no idea why it's called that.
I just like a bit of link. I like to understand why something's called that. I thought there's maybe like it's linked to some creepypasta story.
I mean, it could be like wait, hold on. Australians are just English with a maxed out skill tree. Oh, he's saying the Australians are better than the British. Did you hear that? See that?
I mean, look where they live. You have to be at least to like level 20 just to go out of your house.
Oh my God, you're right. When you think about it, you go from England that has no natural predators to Australia.
We've got squirrels and badgers.
Everything is trying
Respawn,
to
yeah,
eat you.
squirrels and badgers. You can't say no natural
come
predators.
on.
You go from squirrels and badgers to sharks and kangaroos. So
Yeah.
it's
I
just like
It's literally the same thing, isn't it? It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, it's just like every other game. You travel to a different island, become a harder difficulty. It just you have to be a higher level to survive there. That's all it is.
Okay, I apologize. You do have your own.
Australia is just prestige England. That's all.
Yeah, prestige England. There you go. Skill tree maxed out. That's my favorite. It's just England with the skill tree maxed out. That was very well said, sir. T-Rex King, you have my kudos. You have my kudos. Anyway, they got Crocs, the real ones. Not lying.
Oh, that's Australia or Florida. Dang it.
No, we have alligators. Crocs are not in Florida. We don't have Crocs unless it's in a zoo.
You just wear the Crocs. You don't have to beware of the Crocs.
Correct. We have to be aware of alligators by literally every single body of water in the neighborhood. Right? Because my kid Alex was down here a while back, and he goes, "Dad, why does everywhere we go have one of those signs?" It's like, because every one of these bodies of water potentially has an alligator. He goes, like, the real one? I'm like, yeah. Like the one in the zoo? Yes.
It's all Schrodinger's alligators. There is both is and is not an alligator in it.
Yeah.
You just don't know yet.
Yeah, we have no idea. And even if you see one going, it might not necessarily be there anymore. I mean, they get going. They move a lot. People don't understand. They don't just stick to the rivers and the lakes. They'll end up in a swimming pool. They'll end up in a creek. They're in golf courses half the damn time. That's why like the Happy Gilmore thing is legit. There will be alligators in the water on a golf course. Absolutely.
Well, I can think of no easier prey than golfers. I mean, let's be honest here.
Can you still get alligators in Disney World then, or Disneyland, whichever one's near to you?
If there's a body of water, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was I'm sure they've taken steps to mitigate them. I'll
We
say.
try. Like we put grates on sewers and things like
But
that.
it's also
anywhere.
it's a wild animal, so kids
It
are
is a
going to get
wild
eaten
animal,
periodically.
and they are really, really small when they're born. So a lot of
Aw.
these barriers that we put up, the baby ones can get through and just grow once they're on the other side, which is a problem too.
Okay.
So
To be
Yeah.
fair, it's quite dangerous in water over here because you can guarantee someone's urinated in it and there's a plaster in it.
yes, obviously
Mhm.
urination is far more dangerous than
Oh,
something
I
that
don't want
will
someone else's urine in
bite
my
the top
mouth.
half of your body off.
Definitely.
Are there-
Well, I mean, you ever been in a pool?
And you forget sometimes there's a veruca sock as well going past. I mean, that
No,
could be
so-
really dangerous.
So
The
in
band?
science class, this is really gonna freak you out if you don't like urine in your mouth.
Wait.
Um,
I'm going to need to come back to that Veruca Salt comment. Are we talking about the band or the Willy Wonka character?
Sock. Veruca sock.
You're not helping us at all.
Like, you have to wear these funny plastic white socks if you have a veruca and you go in water.
I got the sock. It's the first word I'm still Veruca.
Okay.
Veruca.
Huh. Okay.
That you get on your feet when you've been in
are the-
water.
Are they just like water socks?
It's like a bacteria. It's like it comes like a wart. Is that helping you?
Not even a little.
So is it a sock or is it a sock you put on your foot or not?
Yes, a sock you put on your
Okay.
foot because it's highly contagious. So you're supposed to wear them when you're in water if you've got verucas.
If you go swimming and things.
Yeah, if you go swimming. and stuff.
Oh.
And
Oh,
it's nearly
Veruca
always-
socks are
there's
special
just-
waterproof socks
Yeah.
that aim to stop the spread of Veruca. Oh,
There could be
interesting.
one of them floating around.
Ah,
That could
have
slap you in the
never-
face.
That 2 minutes too long.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Hey, we're learning. We're increasing everyone's
Backtracking
awareness
to the
of
urine in your
how
mouth.
things works.
So
No.
you ever been in a
Okay.
pool?
I've
And your
got a
eyes
question
burn
for you
from the
guys. I don't
chlorine?
know if you'll be able to
Are you
answer.
telling me about urine in my mouth?
No.
Okay.
No.
Hang on.
Well,
No,
Golden
it's
God
my
has a
turn.
question for you, Night Demon, because I think you're the one who's seen the new Spider-Man movie so far.
We've gone from urine in the mouth to Spider-Man.
Oh, I got it. Okay, I see an opening. So Golden God says, "Question for the show: what's your take on the new Spider-Man
Where do you see that at?
in the Discord?"
It's good.
Well,
Golden
we-
Oh,
God.
in the
seen that.
Discord. Okay.
I figure you can watch channel, watch Discord. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'd like to see it, but I have not gotten to see it. So, Respawn, have you seen the new Spider-Man?
Not yet. I was going to take the wife
But
and the
who's
kids
the
to
Mary
see it
Jane in
Friday
it?
or Saturday.
So, besides it's good, why?
Mary Jane is Zendaya.
Why is
Zendaya.
it good? What did
Oh,
you
it's
enjoy
that
about
other
it,
one
Night
he
Demon?
likes, isn't it?
Without spoilers, some of us haven't seen it.
Yeah,
That's why I
without
just said it's a good
spoilers,
film.
what did you enjoy? Without spoiling it.
Spider-Man.
You're
Excellent.
enough.
so literal. I love you.
The spiders, the men, excellent. All good work.
The combination of the two is quite nice. I
No,
hear.
just Spider-Man. There's
Just
only one.
Spider-Man. Okay.
Venom was good. I like Venom 2.
What do
That
you
was
think?
really good.
Venom 2 was okay.
I like
I
it.
expected more based on
Makes me
how good the
laugh.
first one was.
I think what's nice about it, do you know what I like about it, being serious, is that...
The psychosis?
No,
A man dealing with real-time psychosis in
let's
a
not
healthy
go that
manner?
deep. I wasn't going that deep. That's what she said. I like the fact...
That is what she said! LOL!
No, but I like the fact that Tom Hardy in it spends the whole film just looking like rubbish. Just like, it's just him. He's not ripping his shirt off, looking like just eye candy. It's just,
Yep.
I think it was good. I like that fact that he's just in it. He's playing a like down and out sort of character, covered in dirt, same clothes on, an old hoodie. And it was just a storyline. I thought that was good. They didn't do a cheap shot of, oh, let's get him naked for a top half shot or something. I thought, yeah, good for them. I like that.
Although they
That's-
could have.
that's
He's
for
a
the
good-looking man,
OnlyFans
is
later.
What I understand. Yeah.
He could get
Yep.
away with wearing a cardigan.
I like his comeback story. He's got a comeback story like Robert Downey Jr., where he was down and out as an actor, and then,
Has he?
he had
Oh, I
one
like
role
that.
which brought him back into it. You know what I mean? I like the comeback stories like that.
Yeah. We made this list the other day, Ian and I,
Did we?
just
You made a
randomly.
list?
Yeah,
Okay.
we made a list, right, of men who can get away with wearing cardigans, and we came up with Tom
Cardigan
Hardy.
would be a what? Like a sweater, right?
No, like buttons on the front, like not a pull-on jumper, but like something with buttons on.
Okay. Gotcha.
And we
Fancy sweater.
came up with Thor, Tom Hardy. Who else did we come up with? There's only certain people who can get away with it, I think, without looking a bit like look a bit sad and lame.
Well, I think the important question I have to ask is, why is Night Demon participating in a conversation about good-looking men?
Why not?
No, it wasn't about.
I
They didn't have to be
mean-
good looking. They just someone who can pull off
Yeah,
and a
just can they
cardigan
pull off a cardigan?
without
Oh,
looking
okay.
at because it tends to be in England.
So-
Like a
so-
cardigan
so
is an
Tom
old
Hardy
man's clothes.
Tom Hardy would be one, obviously. You said that. So I'm thinking, what? Cumberbatch would be another one?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably.
Could he pull it off?
I mean, he's
I think
already
he
got the look about him
He
anyway.
has kind of worn one, yeah,
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah.
So Samuel
In
L.
that movie,
Jackson.
in that World War II movie where they made the Enigma machine, right? He was wearing a cardigan most of that movie, wasn't he?
That's a real begrudging
Yeah, but that
acceptance.
was
I don't think we can count it.
character kind of to show the era that they were in. Because
So
We're
so
talking
in
about,
real life,
But he pulled it off, right? I mean, that's the whole point. He pulled it off,
Yeah, but
right?
was
Yeah,
he wearing
but-
it because of the film, or are we talking
Right.
like outside of
right,
films?
but he's
just...
but he that was chosen for him by a costumer, and he's in makeup. It just if Benedict Cumberbatch were hanging out on a Tuesday afternoon running to the
Exactly.
grocery store,
Would
can
he
he pull
choose
it
it?
off?
I don't know. He looked like an old man, wouldn't he?
I mean, he
Mhm.
is an old man.
Yeah, but you need to. We talk about ones who look cool, like Thor.
Yeah.
He always looks really cool when he wears like his big knitty cardies, doesn't he? He looks like you could pull that off. Tom Hardy could pull off a cardi.
I can't remember who else it was.
We had a list of about 5 in the end. We did quite well on our cardi list.
That's a good list.
Yeah, it was a good.
So,
list.
Nitedemon, what was your question?
My question was to you two: if you had the choice of going to Disneyland or Disney
Mm.
World, which one would you go to?
Neither.
I have to say Disney
you have
World
to
only
choose
by
one.
default because I've never
Neither.
been to Disneyland.
A,
'cause it's
I
in
hate Disney,
California.
and B, Universal's so much better. If you're gonna pick one of them here in Florida, go to Universal. So much better.
I'm gonna count that as Disney World. It's the same place. It could be a different place technically, but it's in the same geographic location. So Disney World.
Do they have Universal near Disney World in California as well?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. California. Yeah, I've never been to the one. My wife's been to the one in California because she's from there, but I've never been to Disneyland in California.
Well, we've done a face reveal of the two of them in the past. It's just
Yeah,
you have
I mean,
to look
really-
way back.
Yeah, Golden God's asking for face reveal. Really, if you search my name on the internet, you'll get a face reveal. It's not like my face has ever been hidden.
Yeah,
I've been on the internet way too long to have any kind of.
privacy. Yeah.
Now, Nitedemon, on the other hand, basically doesn't exist outside of our
Oh,
collective imagination.
Gatorland is a good call. That place is fun. I do enjoy some Gatorland.
Gatorland.
I think Respawn and I pressured Nitedemon one time to turn on his camera briefly.
Yeah.
Partially so we could see we were talking about some posters in his room as we were egging him on to turn on his camera to show us his posters. So we've seen a glimpse of him. We're pretty sure he exists as not a hologram and an actual human being, but we're not positive. There's no real
Yeah,
way to
I
know.
was gonna say emphasis on the pretty sure. Yeah,
I mean, he could just be Demon. He could just be Deacon, pitching her voice lower, or one of the other children. We have no way to be sure one way or the other.
yeah. We could be talking to Phoenix right now.
To
and
be
never
honest,
know.
I did have my hair cut yesterday, especially
you
for the show.
shaved it all off. You didn't go and have it cut. Let's not make it
and
special.
we don't have a face
No, you
cam
have to-
reveal.
shaved it off.
You have to
Awful.
break my
So
illusion here.
why did you cut your hair for the show?
I didn't really. It was a joke.
He grows it a bit longer, and then suddenly he just goes and shaves his whole head randomly.
No, shave as in like crew cut, or shave as in razor blade to the scalp.
Crew cut.
Yeah,
okay.
It's gone a bit longer than he normally does. It's not too bad. And he
Yeah,
actually
mine
shaved
isn't
as
up right
well.
now. That's why my camera's off. Is I've been trying to get a haircut for 4 weeks.
It's a long time.
I
ago
can't get a
to
haircut!
Mm.
How do you cut your hair? Do you not just shave it short?
Me? No, I go to a lady.
Or him.
Well, I mean, either one of you. I mean, I get my hair cut by saying, "Hey, wife, we have a razor blade. We have trimmers. Just make it short and make the hair short. Be done with
Yeah.
it."
No, I'll never do that again. I'll never just shave my head like that again.
Too many years of having it that way, or
Yeah, too many years of having it that way, and I have not psoriasis on my scalp. And
Ooh.
if my hair is too short and the sun gets exposed to it, it starts to
yep.
yeah.
And it's not like that would ever happen in Florida, land
Yeah.
of the repentant sun.
Well, my hair is actually darker now than what it was before, right? My hair used to be yellow, like bright yellow, right? But over
Yellow?
the years,
Do you mean
since I
blonde?
turned 28, yeah, but like a bright blonde, like an almost artificial blonde.
like almost bleached white.
Yeah, it was like really, really yellow. And then when I turned 28, it got darker and darker and darker and darker. And now it's a dark brown. It's gone from damn near bleach blonde natural to freaking brown, like a brunette. Even though my driver's license still labels me as a blonde, technically I'm more a brunette now, I guess. My wife won't admit it though. She likes telling people she married a blonde, which is technically true. I was a blonde when we got married, but
at the time.
yeah, at the time. But yeah, no, it's turned brown over the years. Crazy.
Oh yeah, Golden God. I am rapidly approaching a very homeless man with the beard and the hair, and yeah, my wife looks at me eventually and goes, "We're cutting your hair. I need you to not look like this."
And just gestures to all of you.
Yeah, like this whole situation over there. Yeah, this is not tenable.
Yeah.
It's the whole like not having to go anywhere or care what I look like or see other human beings.
Fair.
Like, right. People
And
need
you
to
went from home anyway, right? So it's
oh yeah.
yeah.
There was a day this week where I was like, I'm not sure I've left the house, like in my yard in like a week. I should probably go out into the world and like make sure it's still there. I would be the guy in the zombie apocalypse. The zombies come and I'll go, what do you mean? The zombies have risen.
Like the opening of Shaun of the Dead.
That doesn't affect me at all. Oh, such a good movie, man. Good reference.
When he's walking out to the shop.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's
I love
that would totally be me. I'd be like, what? My brother actually had a story of where did he? I can't remember if it was he's out in Oregon, out on the west coast of the US. And he had a friend who had met a guy who would come into town because it's like much less developed out there, very wooded, lots of mountains, lots of hiking, lots of camping. His buddy had a guy come into their like little local general store out where they are. And he had been like living off the grid, like out of touch of society for like the last 8 or 9 months, and had come into town for some sort of, he'd run out of something eventually and said, I need to come into town for supplies.
Right.
Had no idea the coronavirus had happened. Had no idea COVID was a thing. He's like, I got into town and everyone's wearing masks. It's like, he was like, my friend had to explain to this poor guy who had no idea what was going on. He's like, why is everybody in masks? Why is there like plexiglass everywhere?
Right? Did the zombie apocalypse happen?
Right.
I went to the mountain fearing this, and now it happened.
Right. It's just like he was so confused. He's like, it was like, when were you down? It was like June or July, in the summer time when you come into town. He's like, yeah. He's like, I haven't been anywhere. He's like, I've been with a couple people I live with, but he's like, I haven't been anywhere since like the prior fall or something. It's like, oh yeah, the world changed around you.
The fall of humanity has happened, and you just weren't here to see it.
Right?
Yeah.
Look, as long as Marvel can still make movies, I'm happy.
Well, it depends on the movies they're making. The more and more woke Marvel gets, the less and less good they become. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying. So not all Marvel movies are created equal. That's all I'm saying.
No,
that's a take.
But they are just as good.
No, they're not.
I don't know. I'm getting a bit fed up with these multi-universes. They're doing my brain in.
It's only just getting started, baby.
Oh. I like it when you took that to me.
Yeah, no, but he's being serious. Like if they keep following how the comics went, this is only the beginning of the whole multiverse universe. Multi-universe. Multiverse.
But do you just think it's just it's just an excuse to not follow timelines properly and just go, let's just chuck all our ideas in.
Absolutely, and that's how comic books kept their sales going back when we were kids.
Right.
You're absolutely correct.
Doing my head in a bit.
It's Disney that bought Marvel, and they're like, we have an unlimited cast of characters. We can make unlimited movies and TV shows about.
Oh yeah,
game on. I mean,
and the comic books did it to themselves by introducing the What If series, which now Disney is doing on Disney Plus. The whole What If series. That's an actual thing.
Yeah.
Well, right. Well, I mean, I would really love to be able to go to a time where I was a kid again and didn't understand like all the mechanisms behind the things I loved, and it was just, I can go think. Now I see a TV show and a character leaves, and I go, oh, I wonder what deal that actor or actress got now. I wonder, what they left for. It's not just like, they killed off so and so. Oh my god, I can't believe they died. It's like, okay, clearly their time is running out. Or I go, oh, this show's been on for 10 years.
Or the contract is up.
I can see why you're leaving
money,
now. Yeah, you're like, you played this character for a decade. I can see why you'd be tired of that. I love just to be
Yeah.
able to go, no, they died. This is all real, and just suspend that disbelief.
Right.
But alas,
One thing that I hate though is when people bring their character IRL, like when Captain America was supporting a certain political figure, and he was all like, "Take it from me, I'm Captain America." It's like, no,
No, you're not.
you leave your Hollywood identity out of this shit. All right, no, you
Quite
don't
agree.
you don't do that.
But when Johnny Depp dressed up as Pirates of the Caribbean and did the children's awards, that was really sweet. I like that.
That's different though. He's there
Yeah.
making kids happy. He's not endorsing a political figure. You know,
No.
yeah.
But it
Regardless
was-
of the spectrum, I don't
it's
even
good.
care if you agree with my political views. Stay out of it.
Mm.
You know, your character is your character. You are you. They're separate entities. You know, whatever. Anyway, Johnny Depp. Did you
Ugh.
hear that the petition for Amber Heard failed?
I understood half the words in that sentence.
I didn't know.
So,
Did it
Petition
fail?
for what?
So, okay, so after Johnny Depp was finally
Yeah.
acquitted of being the wife abuser, and she is now on trial for slander and
she?
false statements and all kinds of stuff, right? There was this whole petition for her to not be in Aquaman 2, right? And for a while, it looked like it had succeeded, but now recently, as of last week, they're like, no, we're not going to bow to, you know, the whims of the public in our casting. And then they're like, but you fired
doesn't seem
Johnny
fair
Depp
to
as
him,
soon
to
as
be
somebody
honest.
called him a
Exactly.
wife beater.
Why is it okay
Right?
for him? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah,
He
very
had to leave
double-standard.
Fantastic Beast, didn't he? Because
Yeah.
of that whole thing.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, he's getting a bit upset
he's-
now.
Yeah.
He obviously is a
Sorry,
Johnny Depp
sorry,
fan.
sorry.
Well, I
It's
like
I'm not
Johnny
just a
Depp.
Johnny Depp
on a
fan.
normal day.
I'm about equal rights. You know, if you're going to do this for one
Yeah.
person, do it
Yeah.
for both.
The thing
You know?
is, there were so many, you know, without going into it too deeply, there were so many people, weren't there, in his life that come forward and said he's such a genuinely nice bloke, and even his
Yeah.
ex-wife stood up for him and went, he would never do this. And you were like,
Yeah.
there's all these voices against just her one voice going, oh no, he's awful, he's dreadful. He's
And when he went to the hospital because Amber Heard legit cut his finger off, and then she's
Yeah.
on the recording saying, "Oh, it's only a scratch."
yeah.
She cut the tip of his finger off. People,
She sounds a bit
It's only a
nutty.
flesh wound.
The
is
squirrel
only
could
a
do
flesh wound.
worse.
fair enough. But she still did it, and then called him a baby for going to the hospital to get it fixed. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Whatever. She's a piece of human garbage.
Oh, harsh.
I don't know who
I think she is.
any
I
of
think
this
she's a
is,
piece of human
and I'm
garbage.
very pleased that I've been able to stay out of all of this.
So talking about
Ah.
Fantastic Beasts,
Yes.
it's Mads Mikkelsen that's taken over for him.
I don't know the
Yeah,
name.
that is, I don't know who that is.
You know the Casino Royale
Baby
baddie?
goes. Nope, still don't know.
Actually, I haven't seen that movie, so again, strike two. Sorry.
Okay.
I've seen,
Star
I
Wars
know,
Rogue
I
One.
know the name, but yeah,
Rogue
I know who
One.
you mean.
Who was in Rogue One?
He was Jyn Erso's father.
Right, then now you ruined it now for yourself. You started off strong with Rogue One, and then you went to his father. I don't know what you're saying. What words are
Well,
coming
I'm
out?
trying to think of films that you guys might have seen.
Well, think better. Think better the films that we've seen.
Well, I've seen the films, but I suck with names, so no matter
Why
what
are
you
you
tell
looking
me,
around
I'm
the
gonna,
room like he's going to pop
be
out and
mad.
go,
But I was gonna
it's
get my
me.
phone.
I've been here all along.
Yeah.
Because he's got a poster on the
Surprise!
wall somewhere. Just give him a second to
Oh,
find
hang
it.
on. He's gone to get his
Yeah.
phone. This is always a bad sign when he does this. It takes forever.
I mean, see
Ugh.
this. I don't know how people with memories get through life because I have to go to my phone and go, I don't know who that is. I can find out.
Well,
have
it's
the
it's
power.
because we have that, dude. I'm a victim of that too. Like before cell phones were a thing, especially after my Marine Corps career, I knew where north was, south was. I knew exactly where I was at any point in
We're
time. I
getting
could
dumber
drive
because
one
of
place,
phones.
no
Yeah.
problem. Yeah. And now, you know, I gotta have a GPS to remember where the hell I-4 is so I can go north or south. You know, it's like
Okay, right.
Oh, God.
So, have you guys seen the Hannibal TV series?
yes.
What's that?
briefly.
No, I don't know.
What-
that.
the
Oh,
guy
the guy that
that-
played
what's-
Hannibal?
What's
Yes.
the point? What's the point we're trying to make here?
Okay,
I don't
okay. I
know.
see the
Right.
point. He would
He's
be
taking
good for that
over
part.
from
I
Johnny
get
Depp
that.
in the new Fantastic
No
Beast
one
film.
take over from Johnny Depp.
I get that, but it's still Johnny Depp's role. Regardless of if they got a
Yeah.
great actor to fulfill the role, it was still his role.
And no one could do
You
it
know?
like him, could they?
It should be Tig Notaro. Everything should be recast with Tig Notaro, and it would be better.
See, now Peroty's doing it.
I was just thinking that. I'm not going to say it. I was just like, yeah, okay.
I thought we were making progress, and then whoop,
And then-
180, turn around.
Nope. Oh,
Back
we're
to
not here to
the
make progress. No,
Who's he
there'll be no
saying?
progress being made.
Did he say Nick
Yeah, I'm
someone?
sorry for thinking that.
Tig Notaro,
Tig?
TIG.
Like a Tigger? No, that's just
Yeah.
weird. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Sure.
Let's have a look at this picture.
Ugh,
She's a
Tig.
comedian.
Is that a
Was
proper name?
was
Ooh!
digitally. She's the one where they
That's not
digitally
what I
put her
expected.
into the Netflix zombie flick that I'm drawing a blank on now.
That's a
Anyway,
woman.
none of this is
Oh, yeah.
Did either one of you play Halo? And if you did you like the campaign?
Something of the Dead, wasn't
Question
it?
for the show.
Yes, that's it.
No, there's nothing on here.
Did y'all hear me?
We did, but which
Army of the
Halo?
Dead.
Army of
I'm
the Dead,
assuming
yes.
the newest one. He didn't specify.
Yeah.
The newest one, Halo Infinite, no, because see, a game doesn't exist to me. A Halo game doesn't exist without a co-op campaign. If I can't drive my buddy off a cliff in a Warthog, I'm not interested.
Why can't
and then-
you? I've seen people do it on the TikToks and whatnot. I thought you could.
Because Halo Infinite doesn't have co-op on the campaign until May. Apparently, they released it. They released the multiplayer.
Okay.
Yeah, the campaign, the story, the question we were answering.
Yeah. I was thinking of.
They were like, we released the game, and I was all excited. I was going to download it, and I downloaded, and then I read the co-op campaign comes out in May. I go, well, then your game is not done. You half made a game. You made a multiplayer game. You could have people
made
beta
part of
test
the
for
game.
you.
You made mostly a
May.
game.
Wow.
Yeah, like May.
I'll have to wait till then. to play it.
Idris Elba.
I'm like, this is silly. I don't want to play it solo. I want to play with my friends.
Yeah, we got somebody here that says he's waiting for his Xbox X to come into play,
Oh, it's so
and somebody Idris Elba.
Oh,
Series.
yes.
wait, the Idris
Sorry, I
Elba?
got a bit excited then.
Yeah,
The
I don't
Series X
know
is so good. I
what
finally
that is.
snagged
did
one
too.
right after Christmas. It's so good. Even my wife, who has begrudgingly helped me purchase Xboxes for the last couple of years, is really like, this one's better. This one's like
Oh, yeah?
noticeably better. Like for the first time, she's like, this one, like I can actually see a difference in what we've been playing Halo death matches and Halo CE with her family, and she's like, no, this is better. It's faster. It plays better. So
It's
nice to
smoother,
know-
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to know
Yeah.
that even she can tell the difference on a game where, like, we're playing Halo CE and we've become totally addicted to this game Craftopia. That's like Breath of the Wild as an open world survival game. So like Minecraft meets Breath of the Wild, but it looks like Breath of the Wild. like the
Really?
same art style. It's an early release game on Xbox and Steam. It's real good.
It sounds good the way you're describing it, man. I'm a big fan of Breath of the
No,
Wild.
I'm
Good,
just not
good
getting what
game.
you're saying.
Destiny.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Is that better?
Yep,
Yeah.
totally understood that.
If Destiny had a different art style, like another game, which is not Destiny,
Yeah, keep talking. Destiny, yeah.
Uh-huh. Destiny, Zavala, Erismorn.
Eris Morn, that's important. Yes.
Sorry, I forgot about the language barrier. The Destiny to any other video game language barrier we
Mm-hmm. It's a serious problem. We've been trying to work on it for years. He played Bloodsport and Suicide Squad. Bloodsport.
Idris Elba, you've never seen. You don't need.
The black dude.
everyone knows.
Yes.
Everyone
Black
knows who Idris Elba is.
Okay.
What was the film that he played the Oh, this
Been
is
a
so
lot of
vague.
films, man.
You know where he
He
played
was-
bloke who couldn't be killed? Is it with Jason Statham? What was that film?
Fast and the Furious.
Oh, I love the Fast and the Furious. Oh, do you know what? I really wanted that in a box set for Christmas. I didn't get that gift. I need to buy it for
My
myself.
wife is a huge
No, I
fan.
told you, you've got to
of
wait until the other two are out.
Oh,
Oh god, I'm having a brain fart now.
It's Hobbs and
The
Shaw.
Mecha movies that he was in.
The witch movies?
the what?
The Mecha movies where he's the
Mecha?
people are fighting in robots. God,
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Oh, that just
Aha.
sounds
Oh.
filthy,
That's-
doesn't
you
it?
I
love
was like
Pacific Rim.
mecha
Yeah.
movies.
I don't know
Alright, that
anything
makes
about
sense.
Rim in it. It just
No, you like that one with the fighting robots.
Giant
He's the voice of Knuckles in the new movie. Really?
giant robots.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
going
I
to
hate
be
People in
the new
giant
Sonic.
robots.
Who, Idris or Jason?
Idris.
Idris is going to be Knuckles in the new movie.
Why not both?
I do
Uh,
like the Fast and Furious.
Both of them playing the same character, not unheard of, but a unique way to take that, I suppose. Yeah, I do like him in Pacific Rim, especially how he plays like the badass ranger. He reminds me so much of a Marine, even though he claims to be a ranger. He reminds me of a Marine. He's like, number one, don't you ever touch me again. Number two, don't ever touch me again. Just like, yep, been there before. Lol.
Show us on the doll where they hurt you.
Yeah. You know, there were some people that reached out during the week and were saying that the Marine Corps stories that I
that
told
one.
didn't involve me. And I'm like, yeah.
He's been barred from spreading those stories until he is 40 years posthumous. It's sort of like the copyright laws, but different.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realise you sit that close to me. Sorry.
Oh, you hit him before.
I just hit him in the
This-
face unintentionally. I was like, that one where they're under the sea.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember now. Yeah. I remember. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. I didn't realise you were that close.
Yeah.
So how do we
I
get on the
like that
topic of
film.
Idris Elba other than he's wonderful?
They just put him in the chat for some reason. I
they
have no
just-
idea.
Put him in something. I don't know.
Love it. Perfect. Marvelous. A+. Would recommend.
Yeah, it's a good actor. Definitely.
No, he's British,
Definitely,
isn't he?
Yes.
Just checking.
Now, is he really British, or do
No,
we
is
just
he
think
really
he's
British?
British?
Or
Yes.
I need to just check that.
Is he actually Australian?
Well, I don't. Do you know what the
Ooh.
problem is? Right, this is how bad our television's got. I've got so immune to the American accents that half the time I don't know if it's an American accent or UK, and I'm like, which is that actor American? And he's
But
like,
see, the
Spider-Man.
thing
Yes,
about it
it's
is
American.
which
the thing
Spider-Man
about
though?
it is,
Two of them.
2 of
Oh,
them.
that
Yeah.
doesn't help me out, does it?
Yeah. Tom Holland.
The
and Andrew
non-Tobey
Garfield are both
Maguire ones.
British.
I didn't like Andrew Garfield. I didn't like him.
What? Okay.
No.
I liked
No, I
the
did.
fact that the movies he was in actually were true to the comic books. I was a big fan of that because, like, in the movies before him, although the Tobey Maguire movies, for the most part, were good, and I think we know what I'm talking about, right? They didn't really stick to the comic book, right? Mary Jane was not his first love, right? And
I have no idea what you're talking
it was
about.
Gwen Stacy. So in the
Right.
Spider-Man comic books, in the Tobey
Whoa,
Maguire
whoa,
movies,
whoa,
they
whoa,
made
whoa.
Mary
There's-
Jane his first love, and that's not true.
There's
Gwen
there's
Stacy was
books
his true
about
love.
these movies.
There's comics, yes. And in the Andrew Garfield series, they really stuck to that up to and even the point where he's the reason she died, right?
Who died? Mary Jane.
No, Gwen.
No,
Gwen.
Gwen Stacy. Yeah, his
The
actual
blonde.
first love.
All
Not Mary
right.
Jane,
Yeah.
apparently.
Remember?
Yeah.
Steady on. It's all right.
I'm
Mary
just finding
Jane
out that there's
came
books
after
about
Gwen
these
Stacy.
movies.
Way after Gwen Stacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Gwen dies, and then he moves on to Mary Jane.
Gwen dies. Yeah, so Gwen dies, and you know how like Spider-Man always catches people with his webs and this and that and the other. Well,
I've heard that. Yes.
yeah. Well, he went to catch her with his webbing, but caught her around the waist. And depending on
Nope,
your
snapped
view,
her spine.
Oh.
yeah, the comic books he snapped her spine in half and killed her. In the movie,
Oh.
he caught her around the waist, and it looked like he broke her back, but it
Oh.
also looked like she slammed her head against the ground.
Oh.
So the movie is kind
Yeah.
of ambiguous when it comes to that,
Mm.
but still
OSHA.
way
OSHA
closer
violations
to
everywhere.
yeah, yeah, but still more true to the storyline than like the Tobey Maguire movie. You know what I'm saying? And then this new Spider-Man Homecoming is just, I don't even know what. Aside from the multiverse, which is in the comic books, it's like Disney creative licensing. And I'm just like, damn, that's
Mm-hmm.
Any
makes
kind
no
of
sense
comic
anywhere.
book licensing, they can do whatever they want with the stories. It doesn't have
Exactly.
to stick to whatever the comics were before,
yeah.
which is nice. So they
But,
can take elements from the comics and then just use that in the films or change them and give you a new story.
Yeah, and then
Make Spider-Man movies forever.
Oh
Oh
god.
god.
And ever and ever.
Only if they're good, man. I mean, Spider-Man 3, I was very disappointed. Spider-Man 2 was on the cusp of it, like the original Tobey Maguire ones. The first one was excellent. Like, it was right after MCU became a thing. It was right after the Iron Man series. Like, hey, you know
No,
what?
no,
Why
it
don't we
was
make a
before.
Spider-Man? Are you sure?
Sam
No.
Raimi universe was before Iron Man.
Yeah, because I think because they put out Spider-Man
Iron Man was
first before the
2008.
whole MCU, and then it was like,
Oh, that's
why
right,
isn't-
because he was still owned by Sony back then. Okay.
right, yeah,
fair
because it was
enough.
like, why isn't he part of
Yeah.
this? And it's like Sony's like, because we own one thing and we're gonna milk for all we got. They're like,
Yeah,
sorry,
okay.
we own one superhero,
So,
and we're
apologies.
gonna make
He
all the
was
superhero
brilliant,
movies.
But
with
he was
Spider-Man.
like the first Spider-Man that was Marvel related, right?
They're all Marvel
And Tobey
related.
Maguire did a very good job on the first Spider-Man movie. I was a huge fan. It got me back into the whole Marvel franchise and this and that and the other. Then here comes 2, and I'm like, okay, Venom, all right, cool. And the way they did it could have been better. But then 3 came, and I was like, ugh, what the, oh my god, what is this?
3
What
had
is
Venom.
this? No, 3 had Venom and the Sandman and 2 had Doc Ock. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. 3 had Venom.
Was 3 the one where they're just like, we're gonna throw all the villains
Everything
at you
in.
because
Yep.
Yeah.
we're like, which villain do you want? Yes. No, I mean, which one? Yes.
All of them.
And then all of a sudden, the guy that's been wanting to kill him this whole movie turns around and saves him because Mary Jane's in trouble. When in actual point of fact, if Mary Jane was in trouble, he would have saved Mary Jane and then still killed Spider-Man anyway. But, we're not going to get into that.
Apparently not.
Change
Mary
of
Jane
hearts.
just spends the whole film just running around screaming and crying and having
She
tantrums. Does my head in.
She does, man. But the Mary Jane in the comics, she was kind of an independent woman. She would actually punch a guy in the face if given the opportunity. They really downgraded Mary Jane for the movies, and I'm not a fan of that. Wednesday marked Marvel's 25th anniversary for claiming bankruptcy? Really? I had no idea.
That's what the MCU would do for you, I guess.
I guess so.
And Disney ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Disney have really landed on their feet with Star Wars and then Marvel.
Well, it depends on the Star Wars.
Well, no, just owning Star Wars.
Owning the whole thing. Yeah. They own all the things.
I mean, if you look at what they're actually putting out as Disney, it's not that much. It's everything else.
It's ass.
Kind of now bought.
I mean, it's anything that they've put out since it being under the Disney license has gone down in quality.
What has actually come out that is Disney?
Somebody might actually disagree with me, but I can't think of any examples where Disney has improved a franchise that they have bought. Anybody? An example?
Well, I think they have improved Marvel and Star Wars.
How do they improve Star Wars? You're talking about the TV show?
Yeah, they've given us
Mandalorian.
Yeah, the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian was good.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's a TV show.
Boba Fett's
that was their own creative. And no, even that was
still Star Wars.
No, but that was the original. No, hold on. But that's only after they brought in the creative genius of what's his face,
Dave Filoni.
The guy, yeah, Dave Filoni, right? That's only because they brought him back. But without Dave Filoni, being a part of this franchise, and Jon Favreau, it was ass, dude.
What?
Well,
so they brought in Marvel guys.
George Lucas, when they did the Clone Wars story, that you were like, no.
The Clone Wars, the TV show, I didn't see.
Yeah, the cartoon.
So I don't have an opinion on that.
That was really popular.
I haven't seen it. I don't have an opinion on that.
Well, you need to watch it before you can say it's all bad.
Well, I asked for examples. I didn't say it was all bad. I said I can't think of an example, and I haven't seen that, so therefore I couldn't cite that as an example.
In my opinion,
of an opportunity where they have improved it.
They've done Rogue One, which was really good, which I liked. Solo, I liked.
Yeah. We watched that again, didn't we, the other night? That was quite a good story. He plays a really good Solo, that bloke. I think he was so perfectly cast. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he's done before, but he really plays that well.
He wasn't really in that many things before.
He's really good. It suits the thing is, she ruined it though for me because I kept seeing her as Game of Thrones, and once I couldn't. I kept thinking she's going to call her dragons any minute, and it really put me off. Yeah, I don't think they thought about that with her.
I have that problem when I see an actor or actress where even if they've been in other things, I know the character now. That's who you are. That's the rules.
Yeah, I was waiting for it, and it was like seeing. You said the other night, wasn't it, about seeing that comedian in James Bond?
Oh yeah.
You kept waiting for him to be funny and say something in the joke, and it was just it was really odd seeing him. It was out of context. I didn't like that either.
Is the new James Bond good?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that or Venom. I was all set to go see movies this week because I had the whole week off. I was like, I'm going to see movies. This would be great. And then like half the things I wanted to see aren't in theaters anymore. Looking at you, Resident Evil.
The new Ghostbusters. Did you see the new Ghostbusters?
I did not.
No. I'm hoping to go see the new Ghostbusters and Spider-Man tomorrow. Maybe this afternoon or tomorrow.
Oh, you should. The new Ghostbusters. It's quite emotional. I think. I think because I saw it. We saw it in our childhood, and because the older ones come back in, it really gets you. And you think, oh,
nice.
I loved it. It was really well done. Really well done. Much better than the woman version they did. That was hideous.
I love Ghostbusters. Kate
Yeah.
McKenna
The
Kate
real
McKenna.
version
Is
wasn't
that her name?
bad. The kids
Kate
like
McKenna is wonderful in everything she's
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
Yeah, no, I can never tell. Like, I feel like some movies. I mean, and I understand MCU. Like, Eternals has been in theater since the 1940s. It feels like I went and saw Eternals like back in November, which feels like a million years ago now. But like the new Resident Evil film came out and feels like it lasted in theaters like a day. I mean, I know it's more than that, but it feels like it came and went, and there was something else now. I was going to go see. It's like, oh, you're gone now, and I can never tell what films are going to stay in theaters for weeks and weeks and weeks, and what are like better go see it this weekend, or it's gone forever. Because I love going to the movies, but there's just
Yeah.
certain things that I just aren't worth the time to go see.
Thing is, he's tried to get me to watch it like several times, and I keep saying no because the
19
game
minutes.
freaks me
I
out
will.
enough.
Now, see, I have never played the game. Like
Oh, it's
I've never played a
good.
single Resident Evil game, but I absolutely fell in love with the movie series.
Oh, the
Mila
game's brilliant.
Jovovich, and I can't remember who the other actresses in the first ones, but I've
Michelle
fallen in
Rodriguez.
love with the series. Yes. So I fell in love with the series, and I've watched all of them, a number of them in theaters. And it had somehow, because they did like an animated thing on either Netflix or Amazon Prime, like a short, like I think 6-episode Resident Evil animated thing, and didn't even know they were making another full length movie until I saw it out, and then abandoned me. And I'm sorry, I'm not paying you $20 to watch it streaming. I'll wait till it comes out to, something I can pay not $20 to watch streaming. I will happily go pay to see movies. I love going to the theater to get my chance. And yeah, like some things like Dune I watched, and the new Matrix I watched on HBO because I was like, I'll enjoy you, but I can watch you in my house just as easily. So I'll do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to pay you $20 to go see this, to watch this movie in my house. I'll go to the theater and pay you, but I'm not going to pay you money in my house to watch this movie.
That was quite
I'll
good,
just wait
wasn't
until
it?
it comes out.
Because I think if they had to do it, that was the right storyline. But I still don't think they had to redo it. I thought it left it where it was would have been enough. Matrix, yeah.
I was not a fan of the new Matrix. I thought the new Matrix
enjoyed the new
was
one.
so bad.
Really?
It was so bad. They castrated Keanu Reeves to being a force field
that's true.
kind of character who, after already having been the one, is all like, yeah, I don't believe in the one.
Yeah, but I mean, that was sort of the whole, like, I mean, again, I haven't read anything, but like, it almost seemed like the beginning of a new story arc with them.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like the beginning of a new.
Like if the blue-haired girl had been the new one, which is where I thought they were going with it, right?
I mean, again, being the cynical adult, if it made money, they're gonna make more of them. If the Wachowskis will make more of them, they're gonna make. But yeah, I mean, it very much had the feeling of, we are starting a new, like, it's the same universe, your same old friends, but we're very much sort of starting, rebooting it. Like, it's Destiny 2 now from Destiny 1. There's your Destiny content for the show. It's, hey, here's a universe, here's a thing. Everybody but Lawrence Fishburne, we're all back, we're all here. We're going to give you the same story again.
Yeah.
And sort of build on that of where,
they did give you good reasons why those original characters weren't back in it, and gave you alternate versions, which were good.
Like, they grew old. Yeah.
Yeah. It is very much, it's just like, it's like, the X-Men, hey, we're going to introduce you to this new cast of characters with our existing cast of characters. Ooh. Hey, time has passed, things have changed.
I wasn't
we're passing this on to the next generation,
either.
sort of.
Even the whole X-Men, you need to get it straight. I mean, picking Xavier, first of all, right? I vote Captain Picard just because I like him.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the other actor is phenomenal, but he's better in movies like,
the younger version.
Yeah, James McAvoy is better in like like Glass, the movie where he played Glass.
Oh, that
right?
was terrible, that film.
Yeah, but he was a great actor in it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to be fair, against Sir Patrick Stewart, there's no competition there.
No.
Anybody who's not him is going to be, but you're not him. That's your problem.
I mean, and that's the problem he's walked into. I mean, you volunteered to try to take the place of a great man. I mean, I understand what's going on. But
to be fair, you volunteered to get paid a bunch of money to be in a movie.
Okay. You want to go that route? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, I'm a cynical old man looking at this going, they're like, hey, we want to cash you to be this.
Okay. I really want to believe that there's like integrity in Hollywood, even though I know there isn't. I want to believe that there is, It's not all just about money.
Well, I mean, you can still have integrity. I don't think anyone takes a movie role and is like, screw this up just for the paycheck. But it's also like it's a business. They're going to go get paid to do the thing they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we're going to have Marvel movies from now to time, because they've got unlimited characters that can tell unlimited stories across movies, TV, comics, whatever.
Everybody's got their own origin story. I hope next time they do Gambit, they do a better job of Gambit. You know,
All right,
they had the
all
accent
right.
down. They had the accent. No, not that Gambit. Gambit as in Marvel Gambit.
It got me excited for a minute. I was waiting. Now, where's our Gambit crossover movie? I want to see that Gambit say, all right, and then like a taken blight fall from the sky. Should be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, Bungie's branch out into TV and movies. I mean, it could happen. Wait.
I mean, it's not
when
unheard
Disney
of.
buys Bungie, then we're all set.
It's not unheard of. Marvel Gambit charges things up and uses their explosive abilities, and Gambit charges things up and portals open with monsters coming out. So I mean, there's a line there. You could connect the two. I'll give you that. Right?
He's just a hunter with playing cards.
Speaking of lines connecting too,
actually, yeah.
So Patrick Stewart, what do you guys think of the new Picard series?
11 out of 10.
I didn't know that there was one. Where's it at?
Well, they've done season 1, but season 2 is just coming.
Yeah, is this a Netflix thing or?
It's on Paramount Plus. That used to be CBS All Access.
I don't have any of that stuff.
You can watch it for free with ads, or you can watch it for free for 2 months on a free trial, and then just keep setting up new accounts and watching it for free with no ads for a trial period. That's how I'm watching Star Trek Discovery right now. The ads are just, I don't know, again, if I just haven't watched TV with actual ads in so long, but it feels like every ad break is like 3 unskippable ads, and there's like 3 or 4 per episode, and I'm like, no.
It's not just you. My wife watches HGTV, and I took the time to pull out a stopwatch, and you have more commercial time during a 30-minute program than you have the program time.
Yeah, that was a really fun evening for your wife, wasn't it?
It's almost.
I bet your wife just went, put the freaking wash down, will you? Doing my head in. Just shut up about the adverts, will you? I'm trying to watch this program, and you keep going on about the adverts. Was it something like that?
I mean, no. To be fair, because I like it too. I like watching, the Raines family. They're good. Chris and Joanna Raines. They have a lot of different shows on there, and I enjoy watching them. Raines.
No, but I think they're Chip and Joanna.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's Raines and not Gaines?
No, it might be Gaines. No idea. The point is those people, I enjoy watching them because it's good wholesome TV where they fix houses or make new houses. I enjoy it.
I love
especially
a good house program.
With an architect background, I enjoy the designs that they do. I like what they come up with.
Ian hates it, don't you?
So many commercials, and I just got upset one day. I was like, dude, I feel like there's more commercials than the TV.
Huh?
The commercials. Whenever we streamed anything from America and we get all those commercials, you're like, how long is this going to go on for?
Yeah, but do you know what freaks me out? What really freaks me out is when their adverts are about health insurance and about medicines, and that freaks me out because we don't have any of that here.
Yeah, because we're all screwed.
It's really funny when they're like,
talk
buy
to your
this
doctor
healthcare.
about all these things because you're screwed otherwise. Talk to your doctor about these drugs.
Talk to your doctor about these things, and you're still screwed. Like, hey, this will solve your asthma, but at the same time, it'll give you erectile dysfunction, heart problems, probably liver failure,
all those other things.
And will probably kill you.
It's like, yo, I'd rather just stick with the asthma.
You're gonna die. You could die in any number of exciting ways, but you're
gonna die from what's being made to keep you alive. Is what's gonna happen. It's ridiculous. But like at the same time,
always advertise State Farm.
State Farm.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yep,
that's
no idea what State Farm is.
It's a big insurance company.
They're an insurance company. They do car insurance, house insurance, all sorts of insurances: car, house, boat, kayak, whatever.
Who's the guy that advertises for them? Because they always go, well, "Thank you to him for helping."
Can't remember
who.
Is
Donald Glover, but he's not Donald Glover.
Danny Glover, you mean?
Danny Glover?
No, Donald.
Who's Donald?
No, Donald Glover.
I have no idea what you're saying.
The guy from Community.
Oh,
I need to look this up again now.
Solo.
The little guy from Solo.
Yeah, that too.
The black guy from Solo.
The little black guy from Solo.
Did I say little?
I thought you said little.
I said black guy from Solo.
You said little. You
played Lando.
said little at some point.
He played Lando.
That's that's
Do you
right.
look him up?
I'm looking up black
Yeah, I
guy who
can't think
plays
of.
Lando.
Honestly, I haven't seen other than the Tier King says Jake from State Farm, but I can't think who that actor is now
Yes, that's the
because I don't remember.
Well, didn't Jake from
who is
State
anyone.
Farm change now to another guy? It used to be a white guy, now it's a black guy.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
black guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen an ad in so long. I don't know who the current actor is.
Donald.
I see ads in the airports,
Oh,
and
he
it's
looks a bit
a young
like,
black guy now. Yeah.
He looks a
Yeah,
bit
Childish
like
Gambino. Thank you. Yeah, that's his. I was trying to think of his musical
Lando.
persona name.
No, not Lando. I was thinking,
Musical
the
persona?
the one
Yeah,
who played the Duke,
Donald Glover
Oh, yeah,
raps
yeah.
under the name
He looks
Childish
like him.
Gambino.
Oh,
doesn't he? 1983.
He's also in that show
He's a
Atlanta.
rapper.
Yes, he
Atlanta.
looks like the guy that played the Duke in that show that you watch on Netflix.
Oh yeah, Dirty Duke. He was a dirty Duke.
My son is actively trying to kill me in this game.
Anyway, Picard. So, have any of you seen
Friendly
it?
fire.
Well, I think we deduced they both said no.
No, I
Move
didn't
on.
know that
I
it was
didn't
a
hear them
thing.
They
respond.
both
Sorry.
said no.
Peroty
No,
went on
I
to
watch it.
streaming stuff.
No,
Oh.
I watched it. It was good. I enjoyed
No,
it.
you watched
you
it.
I watched the first season of it.
It was
I'm
good
pretty much
fun.
Lucifer's pretty good.
I'm
Lucifer's
pretty much a
good.
sucker for
I
anything
do
Star Trek.
enjoy the Lucifer show, but my wife won't let me watch it because the devil. And I was like, yeah, but he like it tells a story where he doesn't want to be the devil. It's like, but she won't have it, so I have to watch it whenever I'm not at home.
Yeah,
Mm.
Star Trek is just like there's something about like Star Trek is comfort food for entertainment. I don't know what it is about Star Trek shows. Like I'm watching Discovery, I watch Picard. Like I
Well,
just
it's
really
familiar.
enjoy.
We
I just
grew up with
enjoy
it.
living in that universe.
Yeah. And plus, we all know never wear a red shirt if you're going to go down as on the away team.
Or be known as crewman number 5 or crewman number 6.
Right.
If you're a number, you're gonna die.
What role are
I
you gonna
love
play?
that.
Oh, it doesn't have a
Galaxy
name.
Galaxy Quest. Love that.
Somebody offers you a role on Star Trek and they hand you a red shirt. You're like, well,
All right.
which is weird
So,
because for a while the captain had a red
free to
shirt
leave.
on. No, not the
Yeah.
captain.
He doesn't leave. He's like, I stay here. I send
Yeah.
all the other red shirts in my place. They're all servants. There can only be one.
And number 2, what's his name? Number 2,
Jonathan Frakes.
yes, he wore red shirts every now and again.
Because yes,
But-
in my head, Next Generation is the one true Star Trek. I love all of them, but
yeah.
that's the one that was on when I grew up. So that was sort of like my
Well,
Star
the
Trek.
original Star Trek only ran for what 2 or 3 seasons. Like when we grown up, we
Yeah.
think it ran forever, but it
Yeah.
didn't. It only had a couple of seasons.
They had the
You
best
know?
films, though. Generations are the best TV series.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Sure.
yeah, agreed.
give
Although
you that.
First Contact was a bloody good film.
You just swore,
It was.
I like saying that.
but you can't say
Bloody
that. That's a swear
Americans
word.
don't count bloody as a swear word.
Oh, it is in
Swear
England.
word.
That's a bad
I know it
swear.
It's
is.
a jolly good film there.
And you said "my God" earlier. That's blasphemy. That you shouldn't say that either.
Good
You'll have to
cheerio.
dolphin sound yourself out now.
Yeah.
Your own
Indeed.
The
fault.
Queen
Where
would
are
be
these new
very
rules coming
upset.
from? Can I get a list?
Deacon will give you a list right next to her good-looking men in cardigans. The list of things you can
Yes.
and cannot say in England versus the U.S.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that. Never really cared for Star Trek. I was a Star Wars person. Star Wars was only movies. Star Trek was movies and TV, though. Star Wars
can
only
love both,
recently became TV series. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan of both. I do prefer, and I'm saying that word on purpose, prefer Star Trek over Star Wars with a couple of exceptions.
Don't ever go that far.
I just enjoy watching them all as entertainment.
Yeah, that's what
I like every time I go to see a film, MCU film or comic book or anything. They're like, "Oh, did you read the thing?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, I've walked into movies where I'm like, I know nothing about this other than it's a movie and it's here and I can pay money to see it. I know nothing about the existing
my wife
characters.
is
I
so mad
have
about
no
that.
investment. I'm like, I'm just here for the entertainment. 10 out of 10. You've entertained me for 2 hours. Would do it again.
My wife is so
Like,
bad about that. We'll be in a movie, and
just go
especially
enjoy
the Marvel
things.
ones, and she won't get something, and she won't understand what this character is about or from, and she just turns to me, and I'm just like, "Damn it, fine."
Just be like,
look."
honey, it doesn't matter. They're a superhero.
But
They're
to
gonna
me,
do
it does,
things.
and she knows it does, man, because
No.
I grew up on this stuff. It absolutely
Let it
matters.
go. Let it go.
No, our second daughter's like that. We can sit and be watching anything,
Oh, the
and
questions.
it's why is this happening? Why?
What did they?
Why?
When are they going to say that? When are they going to do this? I'm seeing as
What's
much as
happening?
you're seeing. I don't know.
That is aggravating when somebody asks you
Yeah.
questions that there's no way for you to know the answers to. Yeah, that's aggravating.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I haven't watched this yet either. But if
Yeah.
you watch it, all as
She
the
won't take
prophecy
that as an
foretold,
answer, though.
all will become clear to you in the next 30 to 60 minutes.
Fair.
Do like a good film.
Is there anything? See, I used to go to movies all the time growing because I could walk out of the house with like $20 in my pocket and go get some snacks, go see a movie, and then go bum around the store for a while longer when I was a teenager and had nowhere to be. And I would find out about new movies coming out by watching the previews on what I had just watched.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I don't know what's coming
I
out.
can't
Like,
even do that, yeah, because I don't
Yep,
watch
right.
commercials anymore.
right, yeah. And now I'm like, I don't know what's coming out because without the previews before movies, I'm like, I'll just open my movie app or look at the internet and be like, all right, who's screaming about something, either good or bad? What's out now? Tell me
Yeah.
what's coming.
It's not a cheap like day out now, is it? Like when we were younger, as you say, you could have just like not a lot of money. You
No,
could just
that's
go
an
and sit in the cinema.
expensive day.
Now
Yeah.
it's suddenly like you having to spend. Well, I think last time we went, ours has gone up to like
Oh, yeah.
£12 a ticket.
Oh yeah. Well, the new going as a family is a whole
Yep. A small box of candy is also 12 pounds.
Yeah.
A small Coke is
Well,
12 pounds.
Oh, sir. So one does not buy food from the movie theater. Come on now.
Ian makes us smuggle it in every time.
it's too-
Yeah,
I've-
but you got it. Look. I
I
understand that.
smuggled in submarine
but you
sandwiches.
gotta
I smuggled in
have-
all sorts of things. Like
Look,
I'm sorry, I will not. I will buy my drink at the movie theater because they're too hard to smuggle in. If I
Right.
want to have
No, I'll go
copious
to
amounts
like
of
the dollar
caffeine.
store beforehand and go and buy like all the
Totally.
drinks for the kids.
Dollar store.
Well, it's explained to them,
Totally.
like,
No, you guys are absolutely right. But here's the thing. And this is the one golden rule that I have. If you're gonna go to a movie theater, you have to have movie theater popcorn. All the other stuff, smuggle in. You smuggle in Gatorade,
you're not
candy,
wrong.
all that other stuff. But you gotta
Yeah, but-
have movie theater popcorn.
Yeah,
if
movie
you're gonna be
theater
in a movie.
popcorn here is different to what you have.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not
it's
that.
inferior.
Is that better or worse? I don't understand where you go with that.
I'm gonna guess worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that was a long pre-ramble to say, is there anything any of you are aware of that's coming out that you are excited to see? Any movies you're looking forward to? If you
Yes,
know
but I
any?
can't think of any off the top of my head.
Whatever Marvel puts out next, yes, I will go see it happily.
Well, I mean, there was something that was coming out in January, and I really want to see it, but now I've totally blanked on it. Not since you've asked me, and I hate how the human brain works like that, dude. It's like, yes, absolutely. What is it? I don't know.
Don't look down. Don't look
I'll
down.
see it
Oh,
whenever
crap,
whenever I
down.
drive by the theater and see it's on the billboard. Then I'll remember. You know?
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely.
Doctor Strange
That's how it goes, man.
Yeah, Doctor Strange 2 looks good.
That's one of the ones I was looking for. Yes, Doctor Strange 2,
Yep,
absolutely.
Doctor Strange.
Huh?
Mr. Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch, yeah. Is it
Hawkeye.
Batch or Bach?
I like the Hawkeye series. Did you watch that? That was good.
I
liked
have
that.
started watching that. That's pretty good.
I started watching it.
I liked it.
That's pretty good. I only started watching it after I made a comment about somebody saying, "Yeah, that was in Hawkeye." I was like, "What?" I didn't even know that was a thing. So when somebody mentioned that something I mentioned was in Hawkeye, I was like, "Oh, cool." Now I'm gonna go back and watch it.
I liked
And
it.
it's pretty good so far.
They
Gotta
dealt
keep up
with
with
it
your
in
Disney
being
Plus.
old, didn't they? Really well, which I liked.
What's that?
Like they made it realistic that he's getting older and like he's lost his hearing and he was like full of aches and pains, which I thought was really good because they didn't make it unrealistic that he's still jumping around and doing all the things he did do. I thought that I liked that bit of it. It was
Well, in the comics, eventually his daughter takes over for him, and I like
she?
in the movie how before the snap, everybody disappeared. Right? He was
Yeah.
teaching his daughter how to use the bow and arrow.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually in the comics, his daughter does take over as, Hawkeye. I don't think she keeps the name. I think she goes with a different name. But she does take over the mantle, as it were, But a lot of people don't even understand that they're like, oh, he's just a human that shoots arrows. It's like, yes, but you realize his ability to land these impossible shots is his power.
But he's
that
really
is
good
that
at
is a
it.
power, dude. It's not calculated, like
Yeah.
like the movies are making you think. He lands any shot he aims at because that is his ability to do so.
And he even has a USB arrow for when
Yeah.
you need to, troubleshoot those
Yeah.
hard to reach computers.
Absolutely, man.
Which I just about fell over laughing when I saw that.
I mean, long distance, you still didn't have to deal with people. IT guy's dream, right?
Yeah, perfect. I'm in.
Just teach me how to shoot it.
So was it Scream that you were interested in seeing?
Oh
Respawn?
God.
Scream? No, I don't like scary. I don't tend to like those types
Yeah.
of
So
boring
I
movies.
saw. So are they remaking? Like I saw there was a
Yeah.
new Scream movie coming out. I was like, are they remaking Scream? Is that
No,
what they're
it looks
doing?
like a continuation because the same characters are in it.
Oh, it's Nev
So
Campbell.
Nev Campbell's back in
Well,
it.
you won't be seeing that, will you?
Sonic 2 is a good one.
That's
that I'm
off his
waiting
list then.
Oh, what
know what?
is Nev Campbell on a different list?
Nev
Ooh,
Campbell's the
Nev
only
Campbell.
person he's ever said that he liked. And so after that, that's it. No films with Nev Campbell's in this house. The dirty.
Wow, that
That's it.
escalated real fast.
Has Nev Campbell had a career outside of Scream?
No,
Yeah,
That's a
she was
dirty
in. No, wasn't she in? No,
that's enough.
she was in not
It's
Stranger
true.
Things. What was it called? Cruel Intentions. Wasn't she in Cruel Intentions?
He
Okay,
doesn't
that
know.
was
He
also
didn't get to
that was
see
also like a
either.
million. That was also a million years
The
ago.
one with Denise Richards, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what was Cruel Intentions like?
Not Cruel
no,
Intentions.
I'm not even going to throw it a year because I don't know how years work anymore. But
So not Cruel Intentions then.
No, Cruel Intentions was Buffy, wasn't it? Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, I mean she was one of the
Uh,
actress. There was
no,
more
no,
than one
no.
actress
And
in
that,
there.
And
that
Selma
Ricky
Blair.
boy, who's that?
Uh,
That bloke in it. I hate that as an actor.
well, what movie was she like in a swimming pool with Denise Richards?
Yes,
was that?
no, I can't remember the name of the film now.
That wasn't Cruel Intentions?
They were setting
Okay.
up somebody for a murder, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, sounds a really good plot line. Mm.
either
Has
way,
been in
no, she hasn't been in
You don't
much
need a
in
good
the
plot
last,
line when
like,
you have a
decade.
Denise Richards in it. I'm sorry.
Either way, so, does
Having a
she
good
look-
plot
does she
line
look
helps,
bad
but
now? Does she look
Denise
bad
Richards.
Yeah.
So there's
now?
that.
Good. I'm glad she looks bad now. I knew she looked bad. Brown-eyed.
You know, the whole point of him marrying you is because he loves you. You know that, right?
That's
So getting upset at a movie crush is no reason to be upset. You know?
yeah. I'm completely.
My wife
completely
thinks
psycho.
Thor is handsome as hell. I'm like, yeah, I'd why not? He's a good looking guy. There was no curse words there. It might be a little,
Actually, correct.
hard to swallow. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh
But there
my
was no curse words.
goodness.
That's not how any of that works.
Wild Things, it was called.
Wild things. That's
Wild
right.
things make my
Yeah.
heart. Yeah.
You make everything.
What about the new
Groovy.
Uncharted film?
Based on the video game?
Yes.
Ooh.
Tom Holland.
Who's okay?
It's really hard to make a video game movie good, man. It's really hard.
I point you back to Resident Evil.
Fair enough. Some of those were good. Some of those were good.
Now,
I mean,
granted,
out of
that's
when
a
you
list
make
of like
15,
one, but
yeah, when you made 15 of them, you're bound to get at least one gem out of it, right?
it's the entire it's the Blumhouse theory of movie making. You make enough of them, sooner or later you're going to have a hit, or at least
That was talking about
average.
remakes. The Texas Chainsaw remake actually wasn't that bad. And again, this is coming from a guy who's not a fan of the gory type movies.
No.
That was a good remake.
You
That
live
was
in
a really
Texas
good remake.
Chainsaw Massacre territory, basically. I mean,
That's just a Tuesday.
yeah, I mean that's just you going to the
Yeah,
store in
Tuesday,
Florida. I mean, what
Texas.
do you mean?
All right. Oh, damn it. But no, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Not gonna lie.
You've got Morbius coming at the end of January.
That
Yeah,
sounds
what?
like I've got a disease coming. Thanks.
Mobius.
It is, yeah.
That
Why
sounds
has he
familiar.
got funny eyes?
Because he's a vampire.
Ooh, I like a vampire film.
Oh, that! Oh, yeah, a different take on Dracula. Absolutely. Really
Nice.
looking forward to that.
That is good.
Interesting.
Part of the Marvel
Yeah.
Cinematic
Which
Universe.
actor's that? Is that a famous
Yeah.
actor?
Jared Leto.
Right, no idea.
Played
You
the
don't know who
Joker
Jared
in
Leto
the
is?
Suicide
Oh, the
Squad.
Joker bloke. Yeah,
With the
yeah,
gold
yeah.
teeth, yeah.
He looks completely different. That doesn't look like him
He's
at all.
the Joker we don't talk about. Yeah. No, Jared Leto. See,
Wow.
people give him a bad rap because of how he did the Joker.
I
Right?
thought that was quite good.
What was he the lead singer of?
I think it's because
That's-
it wasn't like the other Jokers that we've had.
Yeah, but he died. You're stepping into the shoes of somebody who's died and did
Yeah, I know, but
amazingly.
it just-
So you've got to
Who?
do a
Who
fresh
died?
take, haven't you?
Who died?
Heath Ledger. He did a really good
Heath
Joker,
Ledger
didn't
was
he?
only one of many good Jokers. Heath Ledger was
I
a
wouldn't say Jack
phenomenal Joker.
Nicholson. That was a bit.
Jack Nicholson is my personal favorite. Yeah, Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger. Basically, everybody who's not Jared Leto played a phenomenal Joker.
Cesar Romero?
Freaking,
Caesar Romero still.
He was.
yeah. What's his name? Played. Oh God,
Dustin
Mark
Hoffman's
Hamill.
6'6".
Mark Hamill's a great Joker. You know.
Yeah, but that's cartoon only.
It doesn't matter. He still acts the Joker, and he plays a phenomenal Joker.
Mm.
You can be a good actor as a voice actor. What the hell's wrong with you?
I mean, how much time do you have?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not getting into that. But point is, you know, yes, he's doing the voice acting for the animated Joker, but even then, the animated Joker is still a good Joker. You know.
So is the Scream a remake or is it just a continuation?
Does it
No, it's
matter?
a
You gonna watch it?
continuation, I think.
No, I'm definitely not.
Yeah. See, Golden God said his favorite Joker is Mark Hamill. Bam,
Yeah.
got him.
Courtney Cox and David Arquette are in it. Yeah, so it's a
Yeah, that doesn't make
continuation.
it good though, does it? They're not exactly
No, it
different
doesn't say that. Look,
actors.
no, they're playing the same people. It's Sidney Prescott, Gail Riley,
Yeah,
Huey
it
Riley.
just means we're trying to remember what, like, we had
Jack
careers
Quaid.
from Friends and Scream originally back in
Jack Quaid, yeah.
1990. Blah, blah, blah.
Let's not do that.
No.
Friends, but we're trying to kill each other.
Friends no longer.
Yeah, it's where Phoebe gets to show you how smart she really is. Oh my god.
Yeah, so this is
FYI,
probably
IRL
Scream
Phoebe,
5?
for those that don't know, Phoebe plays an idiot on TV, but she's actually got a doctorate in what, microbiology or something in real life. Like in real life, she's a smart girl. She just plays an idiot on TV, which was something that I always thought was funny.
Phoebe.
Phoebe. Oh, I like
Yeah.
her.
Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah, but you ruined
Lisa
it for yourself
Kudrow,
with
thank
that Nev
you.
Campbell. You can't go back now. You just can't. You can't take away 20 years of resentment, Ian, and go, look, let's watch this film now. I'm sorry, it can't be done.
No, I'm happy we don't have to watch it.
Good, because we're really
He's just,
not.
he's just
You
We
did
don't
notice he
have
said
to watch
we
it.
don't have to watch it. He never
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
he wasn't going to.
Yeah,
He just said he's not going to subject you to it.
We don't
Yeah,
have
there,
to watch it.
yeah, there's no we in that sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to watch it. He, however, will.
Yeah,
Just so there's
up
no
here,
confusion.
he's sock on his hand.
His
Okay.
His
Now
Vrukasok?
we've entered a whole different realm of weird.
Well,
What's my favorite anime? That's an unfair question. There's too many good ones out there to
Have
even
you
approach that.
Have you guys seen that Squid Games?
No.
yes.
Okay, is it worth watching?
My wife says no. That's why I didn't.
It depends on.
Sell it to me.
Why?
'Cause I'm
Do you enjoy like dystopian fiction type things?
Do we?
You
Like
do.
I do.
dark, violent
I do.
dystopian
Yeah.
fiction.
You watch
Like
anything
Donnie
like that.
Darko?
Did
Stuff
you
like that?
watch did you watch Alice in Borderlands by chance? It's also on Netflix. I really enjoy films that are like,
Equilibrium?
yes. I really enjoy like dark dystopian the premise of Donnie Darko is an amazing movie.
Yes, it
Like
is.
the premise is the whole thing of like, hey, you can make putting people into the decision of you can potentially make a lot of money that can help your family get out of the terrible poverty you're living in if you do horrible things, and also there's a chance of death.
Yeah.
It's like a darker Hunger Games, but I feel like that's underselling it. It's
Okay.
I'd say it's definitely one where you can watch like the first episode or two, and that'll really set the tone for yes, I will enjoy this, or no, I don't care for it.
Don't
I
you
want
get to choose to be in the Squid Games though? And that's the difference somebody was telling me about is you can choose to be in the Squid Games, whereas
that's what I
Hunger
don't remember.
Games you
I
are
don't-
chosen. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's that. I mean, there is some level of I can't remember how the Squid Games exactly start. There is some component of like, hey, you can go and play these children's games and win whatever the big giant something $1 million was. That'll help your family, and I enjoy all of that whole genre for people's motivations. Like I've watched a lot of those things. There's one called Alice in Borderland that's also I think Korean and on Netflix. There's a movie called The Circle, which is sort of a very similar, like, making sort of your decisions influence the outcome. If you've ever seen any of the Cube movies.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're sort of along the lines of the Cube where it's like you're making decisions how you are. It's like if the Saw movies had more of a game of chance aspect to them as opposed to you're going to die no matter what you do. Whereas Saw is sort of like a perceived chance of success. Squid Games is like, no, you do technically have a chance of success.
Oh.
Is it a very slim chance? Yes. but you could absolutely, technically get away with this and make it through and win.
So does someone
Also-
actually win it at the end?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
How many winners? Is it just the one out of all those people? You only have like the one, or is it like a team, or
I can't tell you. I'm
is it
gonna
like
ruin
a
it for you.
seasonal thing? Is it like, hey, this season this guy has one, next season we'll
I don't
see?
know, but Mr. Beast from YouTube actually put together a real life Squid Games where I assume he didn't kill the people.
That's
missing
not a
the point.
meme.
Let's
I thought
hope
that was
not.
a meme.
No, he put a real thing together, missing the entire point of Squid Games. So, yeah, if you enjoy those watching people in those situations of life and death and making choices and seeing what their motive, it's very character driven. If you enjoy like character driven, like your decisions dictate the outcomes, I'd say watch it. I'm trying to remember. It's fairly gory and bloody. Like it's not like a hacker slasher gore fest, but I honestly don't remember exactly how gory it is. But like if you don't do blood or gore, skip it because there's a fair bit of that. So don't know if I sold it to you, but that's at least my take on it.
Sounds interesting.
We're
Yeah,
halfway there.
there is another one on Netflix at least. And again, and I don't know. I assume if it's a Netflix thing, then it's available to you too. But there's one called Alice in Borderlands. That's one season. It's sort of a very similar premise, but it's a lot less gory and a lot less violent, but still sort of much the same sort of tone and vibe of Squid Games that I cannot wait for them to make more of.
Oh, you're into it, huh?
Yeah, there's also one called, I think, The Platform, where it's about prisoners who are in a prison, and there's like numerous levels of this platform with a hole in the middle. Every day at the beginning, a bounty of food is put sort of on this middle platform that goes down among from level 1 to level
I've
however
seen
many
that.
there are.
Yeah, like it was like
and
yeah.
and like the entire premise is like there's enough food for everyone. If
everyone shares.
Yeah, if everyone eats
Yeah.
only what they should, but obviously people are people and that doesn't happen. So, and you're moved around on levels on a periodic basis. So you might be on level 3 and have about a lot of food to eat, or you could be on level 58 and have almost nothing to eat.
Yeah, and
So
in the movie, the people that are on the lower levels were like eating each other or just dying of starvation. Yeah, no, it was a dark movie. It was a dark movie.
Yeah,
and then
true. I
somebody
think it's
decided
10-ish.
ultimately somebody decided to, make it fair by writing the food all the way down to make sure nobody takes more than what they deserve. And then they ended up having to kill some people that were trying to kill them to take more than what they did. It was a whole thing, dude. It was really good. I recommend you watch it.
I don't think I could eat human flesh.
As
Depends on the
somebody that's
seasonings.
been put in weird situations in my life, you never know what you'll do until you're put in the situation. Yeah. That's all I'm going to go with that. But you'd be surprised as a human being what you can and will do in the face of starvation.
And just how tasty you are. Yeah, Terror King, I agree. Squid Games was good, but not worth it. It's definitely one of those, if you go into it as, oh, this is the best thing since, sliced bread and cheese became a thing, you're not going to enjoy it. It's very much one of those, once you give into the hype train, it's never going to live up to that hype, so you're not going to enjoy it as much. I watched it like the moment it came out, because I watched the other things and I was like, this looks right up my alley. And it's on Netflix, so it's an easy decision. If it sucks, I can just not watch it.
Yeah.
And Golden God, I did see your question, but I'm still trying to formulate a top 5, because even top 5 best anime is a really hard question. So yeah, I'm still trying to put that together.
It's a really easy one for me.
Well, you don't watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was a Deacon. Do you guys watch any anime?
I do.
I've seen.
I'm an anime fan. My wife's an anime fan. We love anime. We're getting our oldest kids to watch anime too. It's so good. Some of them, anyway.
Animatrix, best anime.
Yeah. Animatrix is actually pretty good, but no. For Blood and Money is also pretty good if you want to consider that anime, right? Or for Love and Money, or for something like that. The Netflix series.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's all animated. But no, I mean, so when I say these, it's the Japanese versions. Because they have American versions, and I think the American versions are actually worse. Mainly the voice acting, not necessarily the voice actor.
Are they different versions, or are they just subbed?
They're subbed, but the subs actually, depending on how it's subbed, change like entire storylines in some cases. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so same. Okay, I just wasn't sure there was like multiple the subbing
Yeah.
versus dubbing.
I
Yeah, and that's
mean, yeah.
sort of the thing too. The because obviously like Squid Games and stuff is in Korean. It's not like the dubbing didn't get on my nerves. Like sometimes it feels like every actor is just like sitting bored in a room reading in English.
Yeah.
This was better than that. Like the Netflix originals as a whole, I'd say are pretty good with the dubbing. Some things I've watched in the original language just because it was so bad, but those have been pretty good. There's another one, Money Heist, which is like Spanish. I think it's like out of Spain about a heist. I think it's like 6 seasons of it. I've really
I've seen
enjoyed that.
Yep.
But
I've seen Money Heist.
it's a struggle to watch. It's a struggle to watch in English sometimes because the dubbing is just, hey, we're gonna go do a
Just
thing.
watch in Spanish.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, well, that's what I was doing. I was watching in Spanish with the subtitles on for the most part.
Anyway,
Just not if I'm too sleepy.
that's not a bad anime list. I think I would remove JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and put in possibly Black Cat. Black Cat was really, really good. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh, not
so-
Black Cat. I'm a dumbass. Darker Than Black. Black Cat was something
A
else.
cat.
Darker Than
Marvel
Black is
character.
what I meant to say.
Is Black Cat a Marvel character?
No, Black Cat is an anime character, and imagine if Batman were Korean but had powers and was actually cool.
So you're saying Batman's not cool?
To
be fair, he is only a human in a rubber suit.
It depends on the Batman, I guess,
Well,
is my
greatest
answer to that.
detective.
The world's
He is
greatest
a smart detective. That is accurate.
So is
I'll give you
Nancy
that.
Drew, but I wouldn't want to see her jumping around in a rubber suit.
I mean, it depends on how old Nancy Drew is.
Oh!
I mean, over 18 Nancy Drew?
You
Hell
kinda set
yeah!
yourself up for that one.
No, did I?
What happened? What'd she do?
Honestly.
Did she hit you? Is she hurting you?
He's missed
Do you need us to call you a doctor?
He's hurting right now.
I bet. Sounds like he got hurt. Why'd you hit him? Why'd you hurt him? You don't like Nancy Drew?
No, I said he wants to see her jumping around in a rubber suit, and he went,
Well, depends if she's portrayed by Nev Campbell or not.
And it also
"Oh,
depends on how old she is. Yeah.
stop it. Stop it.
I mean, it's
Bloody
accurate.
Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell
That was
is
20
Nancy
years
Drew.
ago.
That was 20 years ago. And who was the other one, actually? No, Rachel Lee Cook. That's the other one. Oh, yes.
Who?
Yeah, I remembered now. Rachel Lee Cook. That's the other one on my hit list of women.
I
I'd
don't
like
even
to
know
play.
that name.
I know the name. What was
That's
she
me.
in?
She's all that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
JoJo is really weird. Like, and there's a lot of undertones in JoJo I'm not a fan of.
What's JoJo?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures an anime. Somebody's
Some-
vying for JoJo being a great anime, and
Some anime
I disagree. I've watched all the JoJos, and as somebody that has seen all of them,
JoJo Siwa's?
I don't think it's one of the great animes, dude. I'm sorry. We disagree. The other ones on your list are great, but no, I would go Darker Than Black over JoJo 100 out of 100 times.
Those are all words.
They are.
Yeah.
You watched anime, you didn't even know what these words meant.
Strange word.
So sell me on anime. Like I have nothing against anime,
Yeah.
but I've just never I don't know. Like I don't even know what the ask is here. But like what do you love about it?
Me, I like how they can tell stories in a way that you don't normally get in live action, right? And then you can do more. You can convey emotions differently in an anime than you can IRL, right? And then my favorite kind of anime is the anime where you show somebody that had nothing growing up into somebody that, has earned their place, but in an environment that would be non-conducive for them to do so. I mean, everybody goes back to Naruto and Bleach as the defaults because they were the most popular, and to be fair, they were pretty good up to a point, right? But I'm more of a Darker Than Black kind of guy. I like My Hero Academy, where the guy grows up in a world where everybody's got
academia?
superpowers, yeah, and he doesn't have any at all, right? So a kid that literally had nothing, could not compete in even elementary level like classmate type activities, now has given a power which is detrimental to his well-being and he has to grow accustomed to it. He has to learn how to use it, and eventually he does in unique ways, right? So I guess coming of age story is what they would be classified as, but in like a non Brady type situation. I want to say non Brady.
Like a coming of age meets like superhero type thing.
Yes,
like
things like
you
that.
grow into your power, or you have like an awakening of some sort of you find a power, you find an ability or something.
Yeah, and then there's obviously other ones out there like Mob Psycho 100, which he's OP from the get go. Like he is the strongest person in the entire series by far, right? But like he just doesn't. He just doesn't want to use it, or he doesn't even realize he's that strong. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there are exceptions where it's not a coming of age story. It's just how they tell the story of a guy who's already at the peak of his ability, but just doesn't know how to use it, or whatever. You know what I mean? So I mean, different animes do different things, dude. That's why it's hard to pick a favorite, or it's hard to pick a top 5 because they all are different. You know?
Right? Yeah, and like I understand it's like asking like what's your favorite anime. I'm sure it's like asking like, well, it's a whole genre, it's a whole style of film. It's not like it's one thing.
Yeah,
it's a whole different thing. But yeah, it's just again like it's not like I have nothing against it. I'm not like, oh, it's stupid, but it's one thing I just never got into, and it's like, I don't know. I'm curious if people obviously have very strong feelings and like love this, love that. I'm like, tell me, just as an outsider looking in, it's like, just curiosity more than anything else.
And then there are the ecchi ones too. Like there's an anime which I would recommend to anyone by far. It's called Darling in the Franxx, right? But here's the problem. There is a ton of fan service in it, like a lot of fan service. So much fan service that even I'm like, damn, bro. I mean, are you good? Do you need a girlfriend? Have you been outside ever? But like the story, once you get past the fan service and you start paying attention to the actual storyline and what's happening, it's really, really good. Like they really told a phenomenal story that just happens to have a lot of fan service in it. It's just like, what do? You can't recommend this to kids. I mean, well, actually that one you can, because there's no nudity in it. But there's a lot of suggestive positioning, I should say. Right?
I mean, the fans need to be serviced. That's who's buying your stuff. You gotta service those fans.
Exactly. And don't even get me started on 02 cosplays. Oh my god. But whatever.
I won't.
Right?
I would never.
But yeah, there are things like Kill La Kill. Phenomenal. And Kill La Kill is really good. Kill La Kill and Gurren Lagann are really, really good because the good guy doesn't necessarily win. I'm not going to go into details. People would have arguments about that, but I like those a lot because what you think is going to happen, the good guy's going to come out on top because good guys always come out on top. Not the case. Definitely not the case. Man.
That's what I really enjoyed about like a lot, like sort of like the newer breed generation, whatever, of like the superhero tales. Like they're not like, it's not your absolutely homegrown, perfect, human being or whatever.
Like
it's,
The Boys,
like
on Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, like it's flawed. It's flawed characters dealing with, their power, and it's not all horseshoes and rainbows and everything is beautiful. It's life is still hard. There's still hard decisions to make, and it's you're still a fully rounded human being. You're not just your alignment isn't good all the time, no matter what. It's like life is hard.
The Boys is like, I like shows like The Boys and the movie like starts with the BB. A kid gets superpowers and he ends up being like an evil Superman. Brightburn. Yeah. TV shows like The Boys and movies like Brightburn is also really good because what you think is going to happen is not going to happen, right? In Brightburn, you think the mom's kid's going to convince him to be a good person and this and that and the other.
Don't spoil it. People haven't seen it.
Oh my god, it's been out for 5 years. You haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Well, then go see it.
Well, it's on Netflix, but I can't because of the kids. And I would be watching it now, but I'm talking to you guys.
No, you wouldn't be watching it now. You'd be doing a podcast right now.
Whose fault is that?
Yeah, for real.
It's all your fault.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really,
Umbrella Academy, that's pretty good as well.
That's good, but now it's over, and it's left us on a cliffhanger because now the main female lead has come out as a guy. So I don't know how they're gonna deal with that.
Is it over?
I think it is.
I mean,
yeah.
I only ask because again, I look at things and I'm just delighted when they show up and keep track.
Well, the sister that played the
oh,
sister with the superpowers, she stated that she didn't want to be in it anymore, and like both seasons revolved around her abilities ending the world. So what are you going to do without her? You know,
And the world to move on.
or actually his
Oh yeah, I
ability
can't
to.
even remember what she's changed her name to now.
Harrison Ford doesn't want to be in Star Wars anymore either.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
She just took her
what's his name?
name, or he took his name, which was originally feminine, and just gave it a male spin on it, like from Denise to Dennis or something. I forgot the name.
Jessica Jones is the other one I was trying to think of.
Jessica Jones is pretty good.
Just a completely flawed, and like Luke Cage sort of the same way.
Well, I like Jessica Jones because Doctor Who was bad,
characters.
and he played a bad guy really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, even I was all like, damn, Doc. Bro. that's dark, man. That's dark. You know, but even as playing a bad guy, you still felt bad for him because he made it seem like he was still the victim and all that. I was like, that's good acting right there. That's damn good acting. If you as the bad guy are convincing people that you're only a bad guy because you were dealt a bad hand, wow. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Gotta let your evil out somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you do.
And apparently just give us a podcast and that's where we go immediately. So,
well, I mean, we're not evil. I mean, somebody happened to have married an evil woman. That's bringing bad habits to the show. And I didn't say it was you. It could be me. It could be Peroty. I left it ambiguously open on purpose. So if you take offense, it's your fault. Yeah.
As he says to his wife within range of him.
My wife is not within earshot. So, sheesh. Sheesh. Anyway, yeah. Whew, we have been on a tangent for a minute. Like 2 hours, 18 minutes. That's a long, long tangent. I do enjoy things like this where we can just talk about whatever. Anime, movies, actors, somebody's wife, you know, being
Vicious
a lady
squirrels.
of the night. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
vicious squirrels.
Watching us all fail to remember names, places.
Yeah. You know, in Louisiana, we have squirrels attack us. Not quite in that way. Like, if you're under a tree and the tree's got squirrels in it, they will literally throw acorns and nuts at you. And they will. From the tree.
But
that's not an anime. That is
literal feces.
Well, I mean, if they have it on hand, sure. They throw whatever they got on hand at you, like monkeys. You're there, and they're gonna throw it at you. They just don't like you being there.
King of the Hill is a good Texas anime.
Who throws feces at him?
That's not an anime, though. It's animated.
Children
Animated and anime are two different things.
They just don't like him.
No, you've been serious. Why do they throw feces at him?
Because they don't like him.
Well, you can't have that going on,
it's
can you?
not a me-specific thing, okay? Let's not...
They throw the feces at anybody that walks in the door.
No,
children throw feces.
Under the tree. Under the tree.
Your children defecate under a tree. What?
Defecate?
Defecate. What? He's saying your children throw feces at you. Why do they throw feces at you?
I mean, they didn't have dessert. Some of them take it personal.
I feel like I've missed a big chunk. I was looking at the Pringles tube.
I think you'd like to miss a big chunk when feces are involved.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nice wordplay.
Why are they?
No, it was talking about squirrels throwing feces.
Squirrels throw feces?
Yes.
Ooh.
They throw whatever they have on hand. Usually it's nuts, but
this.
I mean, you know, whatever.
I was laughing about the Pringles tube.
What's wrong with the Pringles chip?
There was this program. See, he's going to get all upset now.
No, you
there was this program on UK TV right this morning, and they had a man on there who basically said his is like a Pringle tube, the same length and girth.
Okay.
So they didn't believe him, so he showed a photo, and the 2% was like, "Oh my god, we've never seen anything like that. That is just like ridiculous size."
Well, there's an American man that's the same way. His name is.
I think he's from America.
Is he from America? I don't know. I missed.
Is he a short, fat, Italian-looking guy? Ron Jeremy.
Yes.
Well, he was very gay.
Yes.
He was
that's
definitely the gay man in the village, wasn't he? And so now, me and my work colleagues, we just keep sending each other pictures of like different Pringle cubes doing different things. And I got she sent me this picture going, just found out they sell 3-foot tubes of Pringles in Italy. Get me there immediately. Oh no, my legs are tightly shut. And it just made me laugh.
See, we're not the bad influence, 19. When you marry the bad influence.
Oh,
The
it's
bad
funny.
influence is coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
Yes, it's coming from him. He's a dirty little pervert, to be fair.
That's why
And
Phoenix
that's why you
likes
married
me. Is
him.
I remind him of his mom. Is Phoenix a mama's boy? I mean that would explain a lot, you know.
Oh, I tell him he's my favourite son. He says, "But I'm your only son." I go, "Well, yeah, exactly."
Oh, Phoenix is your only boy?
Yeah,
So your other 19 kids are all girls?
yeah. He,
Hey, my wife-
Wow.
My wife tells me all the time I'm her favorite husband.
Oh.
I always tell Night Demon he's my current husband.
Jiminy Christmas. Okay, you know what, Demon? Legit talk here. I have a whole new respect for you. I
Yeah.
can't handle more than one woman in my house, and you got 12? Good
He has.
Lord.
Bless him.
Whew.
There's a lot of them. Even the dog.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Your oldest kid is 16, right? So,
Yeah, well, 15 and a half, yeah.
15 and a half.
Close
Just
enough.
imagine,
We'll count it.
imagine when they all start to have their cycles and all of their cycles sync.
Yeah,
You're gonna die, dude.
he is.
You're gonna
Why
die.
do you think I've got this room to hide in?
I was just going to say, what do you think the purpose of this room
You
is?
think he's gonna protect you? Nah, bruh.
They're gonna
Nah,
hunt you down.
absolutely. No, they're gonna. You're
I've
done.
got some heavy furniture in here
You
to
are
hold down that trapdoor.
So
You're gonna
done.
need it, my friend. You're gonna need it.
That's
No,
why. That's why he
so
watches
what you're
enough
telling me-
films to
So what
understand
you're
how to
telling me
survive
is you're
the zombie
willing to
apocalypse.
trap yourself inside of a flammable house. That's a good.
Yes.
That's a good way to go. Sure. That is one way.
Oh,
You
bless
know?
him.
You're
It's
watching
his
the
own
zombie
fault.
films.
He's obviously got girly sperm, hasn't he? So
No, it's
you know,
obviously his fault. Yeah.
it's all his.
I mean, nobody can blame anybody else. It's definitely not your
Well,
fault.
no, there's only one male heir. That's it.
yeah, and
Mm.
he's gonna, you know, he's
Grow
right in the
up to
middle
be
of
like
all the
me.
girls.
Are you proud of that?
Are you proud of what you've done? See what you've created. Bless him.
I mean, I'm sure we can. We're only doing this now because it's the holidays and we have no twab. But yeah, I'm sure if we start recording more, we can do more of these.
Can we?
People apparently are showing
You have to listen to the OnlyFans.
affirmation.
The
of
OnlyFans was
our
where the
random
good stuff
shows.
really happens. 19 reads you his love letters to Nev Campbell.
No. See,
Oh,
I'm convinced
Nev
that
Campbell is
he is.
Oh,
I'm
God.
convinced he has a YouTube series where he reads creepypastas. Because there's a guy I listen to who sounds exactly like Nitedemon. I am
Yeah,
not
soundish.
joking. I'm not being facetious. This is not for a bit. One of the guys I listen to for the creepypasta sounds
Okay.
exactly like Nitedemon.
You're gonna need to
what,
provide the
boring
link
with a monotone
so-
voice.
so the rest of us can listen and see if you are
Uh,
correct, sir.
I will. He's
Because I'm
one
I'm
of
gonna
3
need- I'm
people
gonna need
that
a
read
link
on
to
this channel.
compare.
Next time he reads, or next time I come across one of the ones he's read, I will post it in the chat and I'll be like, "Tell me this doesn't sound like Nitedemon." I'm telling you,
See?
it's him.
He's got 5 girls in his house, and he's the only guy. Golden God.
Really?
See that? It says, "Nice. I'm at work. I'm at work. Was off only 3 days, but was sick all those days. And I have 5 girls in my house. Only guys, me. Oh, see, at least you've got one son.
Ooh,
That's good.
yes.
He
That's
didn't say
true.
that they were anything to do with him apart from these girls in his house.
Is this are they being held captive? Have they got signs at the window? Help! I'm being
I
held
mean,
hostage.
he could
Maybe.
be in one of those.
Maybe
he
they just
could live in a
maybe he has.
brothel. You don't
Maybe
know.
they just flock to his house. They're just
You
like he's
do
just
hear of these blokes
like
in
human
America
stuff.
kidnapping all these girls.
I don't think he's kidnapping. I mean, he is a golden
Yeah.
god after all. If you were a golden god, wouldn't people flock to you? Let's be
Yeah.
honest
But
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
he could be like Hugh Hefner. Yeah.
Yeah. He might have a harem. We don't know that they're his daughters. You assume too much.
He could be Hugh Hefner. I have no.
He
I have
doesn't
no
say he has
evidence.
5
of
daughters
No,
in his
Hef is
house.
dead. Hef died.
Right.
Hef
Oh,
died.
bless
a few
him,
years ago, didn't he?
frantically typing.
It's my 2
Uh,
girls and my wife. Oh, living with your
It's
mother-in-law.
not
Can you
SCP.
imagine
He
that?
does not. The guy I'm talking about does not read SCP. It is legit creepypasta. Yeah.
2 girls and my wife, and then my mother-in-law. Poor
Okay,
man.
I'm
Well,
gonna
maybe he
need
likes
to-
his mother-in-law. I
Oh,
like
yeah,
my
maybe.
mother-in-law.
Oh,
I'm just gonna need
okay,
to
true.
screen
I'll let
cap
you off
this
then.
forever to save this. Nitedemon saying, "I'm sorry about Nitedemon." This is
Oh, sorry,
this is
that was
just
me.
perfect. I know, which just makes it all the better.
Well, he suddenly, the poor man, he
Is
was
that in
only
the
trying to be
Discord?
nice, and then Nitedemon turned into something that's kidnapping girls in the neighbourhood and got them held hostage in his stead.
I didn't say any of
It went a
that.
bit dark.
And this-
Are
I
you,
never
are you
said
projecting
any of that.
Nitedemon?
This is coming from the woman they called every person in America a pedophile who plays video games. So I really don't think you have a leg
That
to
is
stand on in this
true,
conversation.
young lady.
Oh, I love it when you talk dirty to me. Stop it.
We always go
Yes,
back
I
to this.
do
We had a
SCP
really
stuff.
nice conversation about films, and now we go back to this.
I normally have to pay for that sort of speak on a phone line. I get
Because
it
you,
for free, I
we get it
think.
for free
you
all the
brought the
time
bad
from your
influence, Night
husband.
Demon. Night Demon, you brought it on yourself.
You did.
Yeah.
Have you met
Well,
Deacon?
actually, no. This week I didn't.
Have you
I-
met her?
she
Have
just
you met
followed
the
me this
woman that you
week.
married, by the way?
You followed me to the podcast this week, didn't you?
I didn't follow you. You went, "Are you coming then?" I said, "Have you bought more than one Coke?" And you went, "No." That wasn't very nice, was
I
it?
came up anyway. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that.
Did you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have snacks? Do you have Pringles? Are those the snacks that he lured you with this week?
But could you imagine having that length? I mean, where'd you put it in your trousers? It'd have to
I
go down
mean,
your leg. Wouldn't
imagine
it, I
finding a
guess?
girlfriend that's willing to date you once she's seen that.
It's just a liability at that point.
I mean,
You're-
could you-
your only career is porn. That's
Yeah.
that's where Ron Jeremy went. Like that's your outlet. That's
Yeah, and if
Can
he
you
is
curl
gay,
it
like some
up?
people say it is, most of his, I would
curl
say
it
all
up.
of his career is
But
with
where'd you
women.
put it?
So just imagine.
Down, left, or right?
Yeah, but you'd see that, wouldn't you? Every pair of
Yes.
trousers you wear, someone would go, "Oh, what's that?"
Believe me, a guy's
Yes.
not ashamed. A guy wouldn't hide it.
Oh, I don't know.
You
I
know?
think that crosses the line, though, doesn't it? Between
you have to
like
go out and
nice
play
I mean, I
society
would
at
think
some
so.
point.
and a bit sick. It's too big, isn't it? That's too big.
I mean, maybe you get used to it. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't have that piece of anatomy. From what I understand, if you can spit out a child, then no guy's really any competition for it. Just saying.
Ugh. Yeah, but
It's-
imagine.
But it's not like that all the time.
Well, it's got
I
to
mean,
be
it
No,
quite
no,
big.
I'm talking about the women's thing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
It's not
men's
like
thing.
gaping open like Keith's thing.
He's gaping open.
I
Ooh,
mean,
I'm
if,
just gonna
if
be
you're
sick
his,
in my
if you're
mouth.
his wife/girlfriend,
No.
it might be. Who knows,
Don't
man?
say gaping open.
Don't be
Ooh,
judgy.
No. Oh my god, my skittles are coming back. Whoa.
Is
That's
that a
disgusting.
No,
euphemism? My Skittles are coming back.
Don't use words like that. That's
She's eating a bag of Skittles.
oh, that's horrid.
Oh god.
Oh,
Let's
we
get
were
us a
we
good
were
one.
having a nice time, and then it just
Oh.
What do
you
you
gave
mean?
us
We're still having a
microphones.
nice time, dude. This is gold.
no, but the man's
That's
bit
awesome.
must be
It's-
quite like
it's
that, mustn't
something.
it?
I've no idea.
Well, it can't be like 2 centimeters and suddenly it grows to a Pringles tube, can it? It must be like
Well,
quite big all the time.
It depends. You have two types of men out there, Deacon. Okay, you have what's called
Showers
a
and
grower
growers.
and what's called exactly.
Mm.
Right. So yeah,
That's
I mean,
quite
there
a
could be a
growth, though,
guy
isn't it?
who starts off really itty bitty, teeny weeny, little MySpace bikini, and then becomes Ron Jeremy. You know, I mean,
God, that must
you
be a
do.
shock, though. Imagine going to bed with that and you've got that in your hand. You think, yeah, this is quite a decent size. Suddenly,
you
you're holding a
Hold
Pringles
it in our
tube.
hands.
Well, I was trying to make it not so dirty.
We just go to bed holding it in our
I
hand.
thought
Yeah,
if I was
it's still
holding
there.
it in your hand, that's a bit better than something else. Do you know what I mean? Then it's
I
slapping you
know.
around the face, and suddenly it's
I
a
really
Pringles tube.
know.
You're like, whoa, where's that come from?
This is definitely another episode
Uh,
you cannot listen to with the kids.
Oh, well, I mean,
Well, we won't talk about body parts. It's not rude. It's like talking about your hand. You have to teach children.
so what are you
Bodies come in
telling?
different shapes and sizes.
What are you telling Phoenix for these last 2 episodes? Are you telling him that they just didn't come out? Are you blocking him on his tablet? What are you doing?
These
Good point.
didn't
It's
exist.
Dad's the editor.
Who?
Yeah.
Is there a Phoenix cut of these shows? Is there a Phoenix? Is there a
Yes,
child friendly
that's what's
Phoenix
available to
edition?
listen to online.
Oh, it's brilliant! I love it.
Oh, bless him.
Oh my god. She's all like, you got a
Nasty.
bag it in your hand. Like, do you? I mean, sometimes you have the little spoon and the big spoon. Sometimes you face each other or whatever, right? But I haven't had the experience where my wife, girlfriend, etc., goes to sleep just kind of hanging on to my junk.
No, but I meant like if you want to date with that person. You said maybe he's a grower. And I was like, imagine you're on a date with that person. You know, you go back to your place, you hop on the barefoot, do the good thing. You're like feeling around. You're like, oh yeah. And then suddenly it grows to that size. You'd be like, oh my God, what's happening?
See, as the guy, you got to be smart about it. You got to start before it gets to that size and let it grow while you're already doing the thing. That way, she never sees it. Bam.
Oh, do you not think she'd be a little bit shocked? She'd be
No.
like, what?
No, not even a little bit.
I think she'll catch on.
Yeah, I think she might
She'll-
feel that. I think she'd be
Like I
"What?"
said, man, my wife and other people have said, look, if you can spit out a baby, there's no guy that's gonna have a challenge. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but it takes hours to spit out a baby, doesn't it? You don't just suddenly go, "Oh, I'm fully
Um,
dilated to the size of a young person's
I
head."
suppose it depends on how many kids you've had. Because My mom's had 4 kids. I was there for her second and her fourth, and the second one
you?
was a
Oh,
few hours, and the last one,
nice.
she was done before we finished checking in.
Oh,
So I'm just saying.
oh,
I'm just saying.
I don't want to think about your mum's vagina.
I mean, neither do I, but this is where we've come. Wow, that was a bad choice of words. This is where the show has gotten to. This. I can't recover this, can I?
Oh
No.
dear Lord!
It sounds like we reached the climax and we should be done with this.
Oh my God!
Emotional, damn it!
Yes. Let's just end it now. I've got 2.5 hours of editing to do.
Yeah, and I have a lot of drinking to forget
Oh
many of
God.
these conversations. Yep.
Until you listen to it again on a plane.
What episode is this?
He's not going to listen to it
That's
again.
good,
He
though.
didn't listen to it the first time.
You
4,
should see people being
154.
born.
I need to
Did
skip
you not? Did you
150.
see your child being born as well, though?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
I
just
did.
checking. I wonder why you went to your mother's vagina, not your wife's. You
Well,
know,
both of my children were C-section
Oh,
because
were they?
my first son's mom is 4'10",
Wow.
and my first kid came out at 9 pounds. So
Crikey.
do the math, right? And
Yeah.
then my wife. How can I say this in an
Oh
easy way?
God, I feel this is.
My
gonna be
wife is
bad.
naturally small in certain areas, and
Right.
this kid came out 8 pounds 10 ounces, almost
Wow.
9 pounds, and when she was in the hospital for 2 days waiting to be dilated, she never
Ouch.
got bigger than 3 centimeters. So,
Wow.
doctor said, "Yep, cutting him out. Your body's trying to push him out, and it's not ready." So, yeah, both of my kids are C-sections.
So did you watch that? That must be really
That
interesting.
was the C-sections I think would probably be worse because that is, ooh, yeah. If you haven't seen that, they're literally cutting your wife's stomach open like layers and layers and layers. That was pretty disturbing. Yeah.
Are you alright? You've got a funny
Hmm?
colour.
No.
Oh, he
You've
doesn't
got a
do
funny
he
color.
doesn't do blood or operations or anything like that.
So you didn't watch your kids be born? Y'all's kids?
Sort of.
The
Yeah, I was
royal
there.
you were
yeah.
there.
He
The way you
was in
participated.
the
say that is
same room.
suspicious.
I was
I
in the
was
same room. I
there.
was holding your hand.
You were the head end mostly though. My head end.
Yeah, that's fine. I was there.
I like how she specified that. Anybody else
Oh,
catch that? You were at the head end. My head end.
Yeah, not that
Yeah.
head end.
Yeah.
He doesn't do well with blood and gore and anything like that.
Not even pretend
Oh.
stuff. We've been watching Chicago Med. When I
Oh,
say
the
we,
amount of tears and
you've been
trauma.
watching Chicago Med.
He hasn't
Did
stopped
you say the amount
moaning.
of kitties and trauma?
tears
Tears
and
and trauma.
trauma.
I was like,
I
that's
would
weird to put
like-
those two in the same category.
I would like one program that we can sit and watch that's my choosing.
You can watch
And I
it.
like
it's fine.
Chicago
I'm being the same.
Med.
I just don't want to
But
listen or see it.
it's the gagging noises you keep making that really put me off.
It's annoying.
You just sit there going, "This is sick. Turn it off. This is sick. Turn
It
it
makes
off."
me feel sick.
It's not real though, is it?
I know, but it makes me feel. I don't want to sit and watch some people cut open and stuff.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah, for you, not me.
You don't like any programs I watch.
Look, all I can say is once you've seen somebody shot in the head with a 50 cal, you kind of get an immunity for a lot of these things.
Again, something else I'm not going to be doing.
Or watching Chicago Med with me.
Or watching Chicago Med, apparently, yeah.
Good.
Same difference.
I watched The Fire. I watched the PD. I'm not watching Med.
Don't say PD. Can't say
Chicago
that.
PD.
Yeah, but you said it like I watch PDs. That just sounded really
No.
wrong.
Oh my God.
What
but
does
you
that
are-
mean? No, hold on. What is a PD?
Paedophile.
A little bit named Pete.
Okay.
Mm.
Dr. Pimple Popper, some of her stuff is good, but some
No,
of it is actually kind of
no.
disgusting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, all of it is disgusting. There is no good there. There is no redeeming
That's
quality
not
to
true.
any of that.
Yo, you
That's
can't
quite
tell
No.
me. You
I
cannot tell
can.
me
I
you
can
have
and have.
never popped a pimple and it was satisfying.
It's
You can't
quite
tell me
nice though. It's quite nice,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Popping a pimple
And
is
there's
nothing
a
compared to having an
difference.
operation.
But it's quite disgusting.
No, we're
It's
talking
like when
about
they're
Dr.
pulling
Pimple
stuff
Popper.
out the nose. I love them pulling
She
a nice
doesn't
big
always
bug
have
out of her
operations.
nose.
Sometimes she does just pop
I
a
wanna see that
a
either.
satisfyingly large pimple. You know?
Mm. Oh, an ingrown hair. Oh, yes, that's satisfying.
Mm.
When you see them on the videos and they pull it out and it's like really long, you think,
Oh, that, yeah. Yep.
yeah,
I see what
I
you mean.
like that.
Yeah.
You're looking at an even weirder shade of colour now.
Well, this is what our podcast has come to now.
What? We're talking about, just random stuff, whatever people bring up. And he brought in Dr. Pimple Popper. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a good point. It's those things that you don't think you'll like until you see it. Like me, I've started watching a guy called the Hoof GP, right? And all he does
the what
is
now?
hoof, like a cow hoof.
Poof.
Right. He's the Hoof GP. And all he does is he shapes cow hooves, right? That have gotten too long or misshapen or whatever. And every now and then they'll have like an infection. And he shows you, as he's shaping the cow hoof, he might cut, and then all of a sudden the pus that was trapped in there comes pouring out. Right?
Ooh.
So, and then
Surely
I
you
have
can
no
only
cows.
watch so many of those.
You would think so.
No. I keep watching
You would
those
think
sheep
so.
videos.
And my wife was like, "What the hell are you watching?" And then you know what? She starts watching it too. It's like you never know the kind of stuff that interests you until you're watching it.
All the stories and wonderful fiction television shows that have been written and acted out for us, and this is where we're at.
The Hoof GP, yeah. And Dr. Pimple Popper.
And the backs. I like it when they do the back pull in and it all cracks. That's satisfying. I like that.
That's
my
just waking up in the morning.
my chiropractor does that to me too, man. Like the weirdest crack for me is when they go for your neck. That's
Yes.
terrifying for me.
Do they put like
Like-
a little strap around your chin and pull you?
No. He has me laying flat on my back, and then he kind of rotates my head in like a figure 8 pattern, and then snap. I'm like, oh my god, am I dead?
Oh.
No, I'm good. I'm alive. Right?
Yeah.
Because there's that moment after you hear the crack and you have to figure out, am I dead? No. Okay, can I feel my toes? Yep. Can I feel my hands? Yep. Go! We're good. And then he has to go to the other side now, and you're like, oh, we got to do
Ooh.
it twice. We have to defy death and paralysis twice.
Does it feel better though? Do you feel much
It
better
does.
afterwards?
It really does. And my back is my main problem, is because I have really bad back and bad knees from my Marine Corps career. So when he lays me on the table and he pushes my knees one way and the top half of my torso the other way, and you hear just this rolling, crunchy, cracking noise that permeates throughout my entire soul.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
You've now got Nitedemon rocking. He's actually sitting here rocking.
Have you never been to a chiropractor, Demon?
Why would I need to go to a chiropractor?
I think the better answer to that is, why not? I never went to one until I was forced to go to one by my doctor, and now I voluntarily pay for it because I'm just like, wow, I've gone my whole life without seeing this guy once, or twice a month,
Mm.
So yeah,
Oh.
dude, they solve pain you didn't even know you had, because like you as a person have become accustomed to some of your aches and pains, just thinking it's
Yeah.
normal or whatever, right? Everybody does. It's not a me thing, it's not a you thing, it's a human thing. We just get accustomed to things that we think should feel certain ways. And then you go to a chiropractor and then they break you in all kinds of interesting ways, and then you go home, you're like, oh my god, that pain is gone. And then, eventually it comes back or whatever, but you do have at least some respite of relief from pain that's been plaguing you for God knows how long, So at least once, dude, go at least once before you start making noises and faces and things like that. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying you're doing yourself
and I pay
a
such a
disservice.
person in Destiny Silver.
Oh God.
If they're a Destiny fan, probably.
You do realise
know?
these people have to touch you, don't you?
Oh.
Oh. That's putting right off.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I mean, you look around, do some shopping. You might find a hot female chiropractor. and
Yeah,
just
over
don't
my
tell your
dead
wife.
body.
It looks like Nev Campbell.
Just
Oh.
don't tell your wife.
So
You know?
bad.
It reminds me of another TV show I watch. It's a realistic type thing. It's called Demolition Ranch, and all he does is shoot guns, but he shoots guns at things like
Nev Campbell.
how
Dirty.
like I mean, yeah,
Just
technically
checking.
it could be like you'll be like, how many Christmas candles does it take to stop a bullet, or how many T-shirts does it take to stop a bullet, or how many bars of chocolate does it take to stop a bullet? Right? This is like what his show does, and yeah, and at the end of every episode, he goes, the only rule on Demolition Ranch is you don't tell Mayor. Mayor is his wife's name, Mayr, right? And that's the only rule. Just don't tell Mayor. Don't tell him how many guns I have, what we've shot, how much money I've spent to these things I've shot. Just don't tell Mayor. That's all. That's the only rule. Yeah, Demo Ranch. Yeah, of course, with a name like a T-Rex King and living in Florida, of course you know who he is. But yeah, but it's
So,
good. It's good,
Well,
man.
don't tell me how many games you've got, or how many controllers, or how many Xboxes.
Yeah, but see, you have access
No,
to the
we-
bank
we-
account. You probably
we're
already
open
know how
about
many
the
he's got.
controllers and
Yeah.
Xbox.
There's only one game. It's
Mm.
just Destiny.
It is.
That's it.
Is it really though? Do you only ever play Destiny?
Pretty
No,
much. Yeah.
legit talk. Legit talk. Be honest here. Be honest here. Do you actually only ever play Destiny?
Yes, he does.
That's all you've ever. When was the last time you played a game that wasn't Destiny? Years, months, decades?
Mm.
Um,
Oh no, we did the Gears of War campaign with the kids, didn't we? That was a couple of months
Okay.
ago.
yeah,
Okay.
here we go.
There we go. That
Weren't
was
you
it.
playing?
That was one evening.
No, so
Yeah.
one of you was playing the new not Call of Duty, the new Halo. Which one of y'all was that?
Wasn't me.
I mean, I was
Yeah,
playing.
I tried that.
I was playing the demo a while back. Yeah, or the
It
multiplayer.
must have been you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. I keep my options open. I love all kinds of genres of games, and the second there's any kind of lull in Destiny content, boom, I'm on another one.
See, there's
In a
never a
heartbeat.
lull in Destiny content for me.
Oh, addiction.
No, but there's so many triumphs to go for.
That's his problem. Is triumphs. Destiny
Completionist.
purposely puts in
Yeah.
useless things that serve no purpose in game other than
Like,
saying, "Hey, I did a
Throw
thing."
1,000 snowballs in game
Mhm.
and kill.
Oh, is that why you were throwing snowballs earlier? When I said to you, why do you keep jumping around throwing snowballs? What's the point?
There's a triumph to
So
kill
you're
1,000.
putting loads of energy into throwing thousands of snowballs
Yeah,
for
yeah.
no apparent reason at all.
No,
apart
about
from
triumph.
to get-
It's not about no apparent reason.
You're touching my inappropriate bits. So you're doing that. For what though? Why are you putting all those hours
Game
in
score.
for? Really?
Game.
You could put so much energy into something else and get a much
could have.
better outcome.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
you telling the
triumph
man he
score.
can put energy into something else, and he's got like 12 kids. I'm sure he has put energy into something else.
That doesn't add up to the amount of hours he spent throwing snowballs, believe me.
And to all those people that said you need to get a TV, there you go.
There's lots of
I'm
things you could
sorry.
be doing.
That is a mean thing to say. As a guy, that's mean. You know, and I would say
120
I'm
cookies
not
as well.
telling you owe him
That's
something
triumph.
for
When
saying
did you
that on a
bake 120
recorded
cookies?
podcast that's
In the
currently
game?
streaming
Oh,
live.
sweet.
Not real
Mary.
cookies. Don't worry.
See,
What?
that would have been good. I would have understood that. That would have been good if you had just spent time baking for us. As you're a qualified baker, it would be good to have some baked goods, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I did it in the game.
So you did pretend cookies in a game when you
Yeah.
could be baking for real.
Yeah,
Oh dear God, this is going downhill now.
but I got my triumph score.
You got your what?
Triumph score.
I tell you what, I'll give you little triumph scores when you do good things around the house, and that might motivate you, like McDonald's with the
well-
golden badges, the little stars.
There's a whole like productivity system to be made out of giving real world triumphs for doing things around the house. I think you have something.
He can't talk. He was
Oh, he's
asking
pointing
earlier.
fingers and everything.
He was asking earlier, where's the best place to go and throw the snowballs?
Oh, you.
I'm not defending myself at all. I know this is why I was. I too was throwing snowballs. I was listening to an audiobook and throwing snowballs. That's what I was
There you go.
doing.
What audiobook
what-
were you listening to?
What do you get at the end of
Um,
the snowball throwing?
At the moment, something my wife has been listening to, Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas.
The last one I listened to was actually The Dome by Stephen King. It's not a bad listen.
Yes, Stephen
Yeah.
King. Now you're a guy after my heart. I love Stephen King.
Well, I
I'm
don't
just
like
gonna
all
go
of
and leave
Stephen
the
King.
room. Leave you two to it.
I like Under the
Nice.
Dome. And if you haven't read at the time I read it, it was 7 books long. I understand there might be another book or two now, but at the time
The
I read
Dark
it, The Dark
Tower.
Tower, yes,
I haven't done them yet.
phenomenal.
Lots
Phenomenal.
of people have said in the Stephen King group I'm in, they said the ending. I don't know what it is, but they said they felt it really let it down and they wasted their
It
time.
depends on the ending. There's more than one ending.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So even in the book, he says, if you want the good ending, stop here.
Oh, okay.
He even says that if you want the happy, good ending, stop here.
Oh,
so if you
that's
want the good
wild.
ending, just stop reading. Ignore the last few chapters that are still there.
I like that.
Yeah.
What's your
So
favourite Stephen King book? Have you read many? What's your favourite one?
No, mine would have to be the Dark Tower series because it's his
Would it?
only sci-fi fantasy series he's ever read. Most of the time, it's just like he does not drama, suspense. You know, he's all about the suspense, and the Dark Tower series is the only series that's ever been sci-fi fantasy-ish, which is what I'm a big fan of. Yeah. But he's got a bunch of good ones, like The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, Tommy Knockers,
Yes.
Christine. You know, they're all good. But
Green
like
Mile. Green Mile was fantastic.
Green Mile was pretty
Loved
good.
reading
Yeah.
that.
But there's only one good, and it's a series, you know, and it's got to be the Dark Tower for me, by far. Yeah.
No, I've put it off and put it off. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's if you're into sci-fi, don't. If you're not into sci-fi, then yeah, maybe keep putting it off or whatever, because it's very heavy into the sci-fi genre of it. Yeah. I love John Scalzi and Jonathan Mayberry's Joe Ledger series.
Yeah, John Scalzi. He's written Red Shirts is one. If you enjoy Star Trek at all, Red Shirts is like his sort of riff on that world. But John Scalzi is a sci-fi writer that I love everything he touches.
Well, I mean, I like Isaac Asimov. Like the Star Trek books are kind of phenomenal, you know? Yeah. Isaac
Dark Tower
Asimov was ahead of his time.
What kind of sci-fi is Dark Tower? What's my elevator pitch for Dark Tower? I know they just made I think Amazon made a TV show out of it.
Western multi-dimensional with wizards.
Cowboys and Wizards, got it.
Cowboys and wizards that are multi-dimensional. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I saw the series just came out on I guess Amazon or whatever, but I didn't really know much about it.
The book series, you mean?
Well, no, I mean they just made a TV series. I think it was Dark. Was it Dark Tower?
The Dark Tower has a movie that is nothing like the books. The only similarity between the movie and the books are the names involved.
Okay, sort of like Ready Player One.
Yeah, Ready Player One is another good book, and the author that wrote that also wrote another one, which I read. Oh God,
Ready Player Two.
No, it's the opposite of Ready Player One. What happens is, video games come into the real world, right? Instead of you going into the video game world, video games become a part of our reality. Like, oh man, how to describe it?
Yeah,
it's almost like aliens saw our video games, and I don't know how to describe it. It's better to read it.
Huh? Are you talking about Armada?
Yes, Armada.
Yeah. Ernest Cline wrote. Yeah, Ernest Cline, the writer of Ready Player One. Yeah. Ready Player One. I read the book and loved it, and went to see the movie, and I was like, what movie is this? Because this is not the movie of the book that I read.
It's not Pixels with Adam Sandler. Yeah, no, the movie.
No, it's not Pixels with Adam Sandler.
No. The movie, you have to enjoy the movie for what it is. It's its own thing.
Yep.
Do not compare it to the book because you'll be disappointed. It is its own thing. Like Ready Player One, the movie for what it is, and then you're fine, right? A lot of 80s references and this and that. The other is really good, but it's not.
Like every Stephen King film is 100 miles away from the Stephen King books because they just go in for the cheap, gory horror. They don't build the characters up. You don't invest in the characters like you do in the book. And it's always a major letdown. You think, this isn't what I've read at all. This is nowhere near it. They've taken his name, they've taken the title, and they've just thrown it into a cheap horror film. And it really annoys me. It's just... Because then people go, I hate Stephen King. You're like, well, have you read any of the books? No, but I've seen the films. You're like, well, no, that's not Stephen King. That's not accurate.
You don't like Stephen King's...
Think of a movie that is...
persona.
That is like the book, right? The Shining was... No.
Have either of you read any of Lee Child's Jack Reacher series?
No, I've never read the Jack. I know who he is. I know people that have read him, and they've told me all about him. But I personally have not read Jack Reacher.
Yeah, there's I read a couple of them just because I keep getting recommended because Jonathan Mayberry, who writes a lot of good zombie vampire fiction, and I think he's in a couple of comics, writes a good series where Joe Ledger is his main character. I'm drawing a blank. I think like Patient Zero is the beginning of that series. But he's about a retired, or not retired, but a cop out of Baltimore, Maryland, that then gets recruited into a secret organization to fight weird things going on, and he's sort of like the wisecracking version of Jack Reacher. But if you ever read Jack Reacher, it won't really help you. But it's sort of the Saints Row to Grand Theft Auto. He's like he's like the wisecracking
A lot of references to something more serious.
Joe Ledger is like, I'm going to talk smack to you and beat the crap out of you both.
Nice. I like that kind of character.
I really like the Jurassic Park, the book. I really like the film. The film was really good, but then the book was even better. I thought that there was so much more in the book, and it explained it so much more. The theory
Oh my
behind
God.
what happened. That was brilliant. I love that.
I
didn't think I would.
There was a book. I didn't know there was a Jurassic book, dude. For real.
It's really, it's a big doorstop book, but it's really good.
Yeah.
It's well
So
written.
a book.
You read them electronically, and then you have no idea how big they are.
Yeah, except
Talking
it's
about
on
books.
mythical pages.
My favorite book I ever read, right? Because when I was growing up, one of my punishments would be to read an entire book. And we had like the Sherlock Holmes collection by
Sounds
Sir Arthur
amazing.
Conan Doyle.
yes.
It depends on the books, right? So it was the collection of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and then the collection of Oscar Wilde, and then the collection of Edgar Allan Poe, right? It was everything they'd ever written, right? So I read a lot of books growing up, but my favorite, by far, believe it or not, is the original Dr. Dolittle. Like, as a kid, going into teenagehood, that captured my imagination in ways I didn't think it could. And it was like a good, 800 pages long in the book that I was reading. Huge, huge book. But it was so good. If you've never read Dr. Dolittle, the original book, you should. You really should. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. Good book.
What's your favourite book, Night Demon?
Destiny Grimoire 1 through 4.
Right?
How to throw
Destiny-
1,000 snowballs in a day.
Destiny Anthology, right? What's
Why are
what's
you
your
looking
favorite
around the
book?
room
You
again?
know the
Because
book
I'm
that comes in
frantically looking for a book.
the physical Destiny game? You know how when you buy the physical game, it comes with a little instruction book? Yeah, that book.
No, every
my
time
favorite
you
book.
get asked a question, you look around the room like it's the room of requirements. It's suddenly going to give you an answer.
Because he's watched enough movies to know if you need to make up a name or find something, you look around the room to be like,
It's like the usual
Sandy
suspects.
vacuum cleaner. Yeah, that's it.
Well, see, here's how you tell if he's a true movie buff. What's your favorite number? Huh?
No, I don't know what he's saying either.
You don't know? Really?
No.
The number 42 doesn't pop into your head at all.
It pops into my head, but I wouldn't have made that leap as anything.
Why?
My
I mean,
number's always
can you
10.
think like The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? It's got to be one of the most famous movies out there, and the number 42 was just like a big part of that.
He didn't like that film. He's just
The book
said
was better.
he's now looking through his bookcase, looking and deciding what book he actually likes.
So are there books on the bookcase, or is it just video games and movies on the bookcase?
No, he's got a big bookcase.
Inquiring minds want to know.
He's got quite a really long bookcase up here filled with books, and then he's got two big bookcases filled with DVDs, and then a big console with a big console cupboard with the Sega Mega Drive in, and Nintendo original
Sega Mega Drive?
Sega Mega Drive, Sega Mega Drive 2, Super Nintendo.
Yeah, see
Nintendo
Night Demon's Lair
64.
is such a mystery realm of wonders. I'm just so curious about it.
I mean,
And then he's got Dreamcast as well. That was a waste of money. That sort of.
Oh, young lady, you and I will have a severe difference of opinion about
Will you
that.
give me a good spanking?
Oh my god, Dreamcast
It was a waste of time.
Amazing.
It was a waste of time. No.
Especially when you're talking about the very first Sonic Adventure game.
No, Dreamcast was amazing because of the lack of any sort of protection on the games, and when you're in college, you could make your own games because you could just burn them to DVD and play them in your Dreamcast.
Dude,
because
the very first Sonic Adventure, Shenmue. If you've never played Shenmue, those of you that have know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, Dreamcast was phenomenal. It was.
He got the Dreamcast
amazing.
out. It was that bad. That's the one console that he's hidden away.
No, it's there.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, okay. No, he has got it out. I let him off. He has got it out.
It has its own shelf. Everything has its place.
Oh, it has. He's got all these different shelves. I just want to touch things, but that's a totally different story. What's your favourite book? Well, you've been over there looking at books. You've come back with nothing.
Yeah, my headphones have gone off, so I can't hear anything.
Books? What? Sorry, I can't hear you.
Books,
headphones, what? Having a think. This one. Back to the Future.
Yeah.
The official book of the complete movie trilogy.
Yep.
You're such a child.
I mean, did we not know this? Aren't we all children? I mean, honestly, here.
Yeah, I can't argue with it.
To be fair, you did like the Harry Potter series.
What books?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I read those.
Yeah, he read those. He liked those.
I had those read to me. I didn't read them myself.
They were good, to be fair. I mean, it's a very complicated world she created and kept on top of. I was
She
quite
did.
impressed.
Yes. There's another book out there. It's for young adults, but I mean, even as an adult, I still read them because he's still making them, so I'm still reading them. But it's called The Ranger's Apprentice, and there's no real magic involved. It's basically just the story of a kid who's growing up. He wanted to be a knight because he thought that his dad was a knight, and his dad is dead, and both of his parents are gone. But he ends up having a skill set that's better suited to be a ranger, and the books are about him being taught how to be a ranger and then coming into his own as a ranger. So again, that whole coming into your own type of stuff that I enjoy. And last I checked, it was 13 books long.
Okay.
So yeah.
Who's the author?
James Flanagan, I think.
That's quite an undertaking, isn't it?
It's some I don't know about the first name. The last name is definitely Flanagan, but I can't remember the first name. I think it's James Flanagan. Jim Flanagan, something Flanagan. Flanagan again.
Honestly.
I'm thinking of the Finnegan lyric, but or
Yeah.
limerick, but
Flanagan's again. No, it's something Flanagan.
He's just making up words that sound like flange.
Oh.
Night Demon's earphones have gone down, so he wants to know what you're talking about.
back to
Talking about
flan.
books. Talking about your
Back to
wife.
flange.
Okay.
Your wife has her own
Where's that going? Where's that
her
going?
own
Where's
I'm
that
trying to
going?
think of the word. I brain farted again. She's got her own OnlyFans that she's making extra money and never told you about.
So now I'm a dancing prostitute.
There's nothing wrong with having an OnlyFans. There's nothing wrong with doing things like that.
I don't think anyone said you were dancing either.
Yeah, I just said you had an OnlyFans. You could be reading novels on there. God, you took it to a dark place.
Pure filth comes out of his mouth.
Leave it to a woman to take something innocent and put it in a dark place.
You didn't need no help from me.
But yeah, did you find it yet? Because I have a feeling I thought you was looking for it. But yeah, it's something Flanagan, The Ranger's Apprentice, about 13 books long, give or take. It's pretty good, man. Pretty good. If you like books, and especially you like books that are going to take a while, that'd be the one.
But that 13, that's a huge undertaking, isn't it? I don't know if I've got that sort of dedication in me, to be fair.
That's a
Why not?
relationship right there.
Why not, right? I mean, you're going to be reading books anyway. You might as well be reading a lot of the same one. There's another one called the Left Behind series. I don't know how many's in there. I've only read the first few. But like people are on a plane, and as they're on a plane, the rapture occurs on Earth. And whenever they land, like their loved ones and family and friends, they're all gone, right? Nobody knows what the hell happened. Just people are gone, because the rapture happened while they were on a freaking plane. And that's a pretty good read, especially if you're into Christianity or things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm just saying, there's people out there.
Oh, the Ranger's Apprentice, John Flanagan.
There, it is John. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. He's 77. Bloody hell.
Yeah. His books
on
are
him.
good though. His books are for all ages. They're titled for like the group that they're in is teenage to young adults, but hell, I'm a full grown ass man and I still read them. I think they're good. So
Oh, I love
Grown-ass man might
I
be
love buying.
debatable.
I collect kids' books. I love children's books. Are just amazing now compared to when I was younger. I love kids' picture books. I just think they're just amazing.
Kids picture books? Like pop-ups?
No, not pop-ups. I'm not a complete child, but
You can still have your likes and still be considered an adult. Jesus Christ.
yeah. No, I like children's picture books. The stories behind them. Now, I think when I was little and I learnt to read, it was all like Peter and Paul and John Yellow Hat and all that crap. But now the books you get for kids are just amazing. The illustrations.
Me and the wife had to
and
go
the
out of our
stories.
way to look for Cat in the Hat, and if you're talking about the Man in the Yellow Hat being Curious George,
No,
which I'm
these
assuming
are
is what you mean?
different. These are like
Oh, really?
you had little characters. You had depending on what reading band you were on, and everyone wanted to get to the Yellow Hat because that meant you were a really good reader.
Oh, no idea.
But they were like really bad stories, really
I see.
simple. But now you open up a kid's book and they're just amazing. The illustrations and the stories, the imagination and the journeys you can go on sitting reading to your kids is just, I love it. It's great.
Pretty good. And then when we were growing up, we had books like Goosebumps, right? But like I like the idea behind them, you know.
Yeah.
And when my kid gets old enough, I'm gonna buy some for him too, just because I think they're good.
They are. They're really
You
well
know,
written.
The-
I like them.
Bumps the Cat in the Hat, even though it's been flagged as hate speech.
That's it.
Yes, it's been flagged as hate speech because they refer to genders as he and she and boys and girls.
That's not how hate speech works.
No.
Oh, I'm aware, but that's why it's flagged as hate speech. It's because it refers to genders being binary, which apparently is hate speech now. So
I don't. Yeah. It just
I
confuses my
have
brain.
questions as to who the they is, but it's not worth getting into.
well, I don't know who the they is either. I just know it's on banned books, right? And when you look for the reason behind it, it says because it's considered hate speech. And when you look for the reason why it's considered hate speech, it's because they use binary terms like he, she, mom, dad, things like that. So
That's in where I work at where I'm currently employed. That's my class name, Cat in the Hat.
is it really?
Yeah. And then the other one
Yeah,
is the Law Rags and
and-
Fox in Socks. We're all Dr. Zeus names in the year I'm in.
And for a while there, we even had a hard time finding them on Amazon because people were buying them up because on a lot of these bookstore websites it was banned and they weren't selling them. So on Amazon they were backed up. You had to wait for them to come back in stock, and I was like, "That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy." Yeah.
But is it now when I go on like Zoom meetings and stuff, we have to put down in our box what we want to be referred as. If you want to be referred as he, she, they, it, whatever. I just find it a bit. My brain doesn't process it very well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the age we live in, at least for now.
Yeah.
And then people will either A, get fed up with it, or B, just not care anymore. You know? Or C, we fall into a dystopian future where we have things like the Hunger Games and Squid Games.
Squirrels jumping on our faces, attacking
Squirrels
IT
jumping
people.
on our faces, yeah.
This has been the first place I've ever worked though that we've got gender neutral adult toilets. And I still find that really weird, like coming out of a toilet cubicle and there's like a man standing there. It's quite jarring as a woman doing that. I find it a bit, I don't know. Maybe I'm.
There was a featured story talking about that where it was a gender neutral toilet, like what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And there was a guy in the bathroom, and then there was a guy outside the bathroom about to go in, and a woman was coming up, and the guy that was outside the bathroom stopped and let her go in, and he did not follow her, right? And when she got in, there was another guy that was already in there, and while he was in there, he saw her come in and still chose to use the restroom in a urinal, right? Like she was just some other guy, and wash his hands and leave. And this woman said that the guy that was inside the bathroom had disrespected her by doing that, right? And then the first comment, which actually made a bunch of sense, and the guy said, actually, if you think about it, neither one of them disrespected you. The first guy saw you going into a gender neutral bathroom and respected the fact that you were a woman and decided not to chase you in there. The second guy saw that you chose to use a gender neutral bathroom and treated you as an equal, right? So neither one of them disrespected you. They both respected you, but in different ways, you know. But she, you know, said that the guy that was in there disrespected her for not holding it in or whatever, right? But yeah, this is the kind of stuff you have to deal with these days. Yeah, but they want it both ways. And again,
that's what
the
he
thing
said.
here is arbitrary. So fill in the they however you want, but whoever's in power, whoever's in charge at the time, seems to think this is the best way to do it. I mean, equality has all kinds of things, right? Equal is equal.
Not all good though, is it? That's the problem.
Hey, nobody ever said it was. Equal is equal, right? And once women found out that equal rights in the military means equal rights for the draft, then some women changed their minds. Actually, speaking of which, I saw something on Facebook today. It was a CNN article, and I thought it was fake, like the Onion News Network or whatever, how they do things like that. And I thought it was fake until I looked it up and found out that this article that says, should women be allowed to breastfeed on the combat front lines? And I'm just like, so many questions. right?
So many questions.
I
Why
think
would
the
you have
first
the
question
child
is,
on the
Why?
front line?
Yeah. Why would you have your child with
that's the
you?
primary question. Why is there a child on the front line? And if there's no child on the front line, then why is breastfeeding even a question? Who are you breastfeeding on the front line,
Oh,
if
that's
not children?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There are some men that like that, though, isn't there?
there absolutely are. But I'm assuming they were talking about breastfeeding children on the front line.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, it did not specify. If we're
Well,
being,
It's all
it
in the
was-
details.
It wasn't a real CNN story. It was a doctored photo to begin with. So not that it matters. Not that it's a discussion topic that really needs to be brought up unless you're trying to rage bait people into debating it.
No, I'm not.
It's
I'm
not a
not. I
topic
just saw
that's
that.
ever going to be discussed. It's like, does it
No.
matter? No, it doesn't
You wouldn't
matter
have
because
children there,
it's.
would you?
But you said it was doctored because when I looked it up, I found the actual article about it.
Well, I mean, I just found a Snopes article that was like, "Hey, this was put together in 2019. It's not a genuine article."
Okay.
Uh,
What's Snopes? I don't know Snopes.
That explains so much.
I don't really pay attention to anything that's mainstream news. I try to avoid anything that would be considered air quotes mainstream.
Well, Snopes is air quotes trying to get to the bottom of, hey, I saw this thing online. Did it actually come from there? And if not, where did it actually come from? Trying to find the actual source, where these things originate. Is it a story, or did somebody doctor a screenshot somewhere and then post it around to Facebook, and then millions of people see it and goes, oh my god, I saw this photo on Facebook. It's a Facebook thing. Ah! Like, yeah, you can put anything on Facebook you want, or anywhere else online. Because you can put anything you want and you get lots of people riled up about it.
Yeah.
And that's very easy nowadays, to be honest.
It is. You could even show actual videos that counteract what people say and they still don't believe it, which is funny.
Just ignore it all because it doesn't matter.
I mean, everybody does have their own agenda, and you have to come into it realizing that if you're a Republican, you got your own agenda. If you're a Democrat, you got your own agenda. If you're an extreme right-winger, you have your own agenda. If you're a liberal, like the extreme liberals, you have your own agenda. You have to come in with that in mind first, right?
Yeah,
because everybody's got their own thing.
Everybody has a bias.
Yeah,
and everyone's bias is going to be a little bit different based on who they are.
It's impossible to not have a bias, right? Even major news networks back in the day, they would have a bias even back then. But back then, it wasn't, hey, what gender is Kylie's baby gonna be when it turns 16 or whatever, right? Back then, it was, hey, some guy robbed a convenience store early this week, or hey, there was an accident here. They used to talk about like actual news, not Kardashians.
I mean, they're going to talk about whatever sells. It's all.
And isn't that what's really sad about that whole thing? Whatever happened to news being news?
That's never changed. I mean, they talked about the sex scandals back in the day too. It's not like that's new. It's easier to get to with the internet.
I agree, would be news. I would agree, but like, what sex a celebrity's child is going to choose to be when they turn 18 or whatever, I don't think is news. Yeah, no. I don't care what Kardashians did this week or whomever did what. My main concern is, hey, what's the weather going to be like, or are there any things happening in the world that we should be concerned with? What is Israel up to? What is Germany up to?
Yeah, but you can't find that out unless you troll through like 6 hours of all the other crap.
Exactly. But if you look at Nihonjin TV, which is a Japanese freaking which is where I get most of my news from, they'll actually tell you world news. Here's what's happening in China. Here's what's happening in Germany. Here's what's happening in France. Here's what's happening. They give you actual news.
You basically have to go out. You basically have to go outside the U.S.
Yeah, I have to go outside the U.S. to find out news about U.S. and other world-related events. I'm just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And it's, like I said, it's Japanese, so the whole thing is in Japanese, and I have to read the little subtitles, and I'm hoping the subtitles are right? Because it is live. But yeah, we can't even have news in our country without it being biased and or just not even news, in my opinion. Because, whatever. Where's Demon? He left.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here.
I just haven't got my headset.
So how did you hear me?
You're that loud.
That's a fair point. I got nothing to say against that. That's fair
about news.
I do. Yeah, I heard him talking about breasts and stuff.
No, he wasn't talking about breasts and stuff.
We can.
But when isn't he talking about breasts and stuff?
He's a bit dirty, to be honest.
To be honest, when am I talking about breasts? Hold up. No, back this up. When am I ever talking about breasts?
To be fair, a few minutes ago you were talking about breastfeeding.
Yeah.
That falls under the category.
Mm-hmm.
So out of
Gotcha.
3 hours and 13 minutes, I said breasts one time.
And you said prostitutes, flange,
That has
dancing
nothing to do with
girls,
breasts.
sexual
None of that has to
hostages.
do with breasts. That has nothing to do with breasts. You can be a prostitute,
sort
be a guy, be a girl, be a neither, be a both. That's nothing to do with breasts. That has to do with your life choices and what you choose to do with your body. Booyah! Got her.
He's gone. He's gone. It's wasted. He's gone.
It's
Well, I think
hot
this
as
has
hell in my
been
office.
probably way more than enough for Nitedemon to eventually edit because he'll have
Yes.
to actually edit this at some point.
No, he
Bless him.
doesn't.
And as I think we've lost all of Respawn's viewers, they've all wandered off going, we don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
I'm
this
hot.
is where we say thank you for joining us.
What up,
I really do
Daddy?
mean thank you for joining us. Peroty is sorry. Nitedemon is sorry. No one Respawned in real life is sorry. Deacon is sorry. Not Arf might be sorry, but he might not be sorry. There's no way to know. If you listen to this and have questions, you should ask them at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. Ditto on Twitter, twotitans_hunter, Instagram and Facebook, twotitansandahunter. You have questions. We may or may not have answers. It's hard to say. You can find us online, playing the game in places at times. You should find the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, everywhere fine podcasts are sold. You should watch the show on YouTube. I don't know what it's going to be, but you can watch it and you can enjoy it. Next week we should be back with actual Destiny things because there will be actual Destiny news. And yeah, with that, say goodbye, everyone, or apologize, or whatever you see fit.
Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year!
A Happy New Year and deuces to everyone out there. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you have a great New Year. I hope your New Year's resolution is to listen to all of the Two Titans on Hunter that you can possibly get your hands on. And bring us more people to listen to the ridiculousness that is the show.
Look, if it's that popular, I don't mind starting up a second stream so that people can listen to this twaddle every week or every month or whenever.
I thought that's what I was doing.
Well, you are now.
Wow.
You're part of the team.
No, I did this because you said it was just 2 weeks that you didn't have
Yeah,
Disney stuff.
no, it sounds like if
No.
people like it, there'll be more.
See, that's how this whole thing started. He was like, "Want to do a podcast with me?" And we're like, "Sure." And now we're 154
55.
Oh my god!
3 years.
See,
154.
See, you think the nice British man comes and asks you an honest, seemingly innocent question, and then 3 years later you wake up and go,
Dear God, how many hours of your
I mean,
life have you wasted on this?
to be fair, you may wake up and go, it's been like 20 years, what have I done? But for Respawn and I, it's been at least 3 years to wake up and go, what happened?
Yeah. That's like raising a small child.
I've done that in
Or
the meantime
3.
as well.
Yeah. I mean, the podcast is just 19's second son, that's all.
This child is not going to see over the age of like double numbers, I can assure you. I will put it down. I will smack that down before it reaches double numbers.
Yeah, but you
That
never
sounds
know
like a
when
challenge.
you
That
never
is
know
not
when the next episode. You never know when the next episode is going to be the episode that makes us famous, the one that makes us the money, the one that puts us over the top. You never know.
I mean, I think at this point we need to put a Patreon or something together and record these and release them there. And that way we can have Deacon on and they can just be, unedited, uncut, real conversations that
if we put,
I can't believe it's been 3 years. No
give us
wonder
a couple-
I'm bitter
give us a-
and resentful.
Shut up, you've been
3
talking for 3
years.
hours with them.
I have.
Yeah.
Tell me that the
I mean, to
Time
be fair,
passes
we've
now.
had more
It's
conversations
like
with
50 minutes.
you
twice
than your
now.
husband
Okay,
has had with us.
So if you're interested in filth chat with Deacon and Respawn,
Oh,
email the
stop
show,
it.
let us know, and we will make this happen. we're going to charge you for it because this,
Filth
I mean, this is gold. We're not giving this away for
stop
free all
it.
year,
Nope.
but this is amazing.
It's gonna be on
God.
Patreon.
We are
It's gonna be
gonna set up
on
a- no,
OnlyFans.
we're gonna go better.
Filth
We're
chat.
gonna set up a 900 number to access this. That's how good it's gonna be. You're gonna pay per minute to hear this gold.
Love it.
1-900 for Deacon.